me. You're talking like you think you're royalty. You think that I'm afraid, but I don't break. I heard you question my stability. You think I'll fall just like a guillotine, but I am here to stay. Won't look away. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control, feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the. I'm coming for the throne. I'm coming for the throne. So you wanna be my enemy? You should've known I'd never kiss the rain. Ice runs in my veins, won't play it safe. I don't belong with your nobility. Who died and made you king of anything? You think that I'm insane, it's your mistake. Kingdoms rise and fall, I've come to take it all. I'll take it, I've come to take it. Kingdoms rise and fall, I've come to take it all. I'll take it all. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control, feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the. I'm coming for the throne. I'm coming for the throne.
THFCRants show. I am the one and only Will Stewart. And we are ranting tonight about the 2-0 win for Tottenham Hotspur at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's good to win. I like the win. Right? I like to win. I don't know about you guys, but I like winning. Right? You know, life will beat you up. It will put you down to the ground and keep you there if you let it. But it's not about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. You guys know how it is. You guys know how it is. But who we got in the comments here? We got 24 people watching the show. And we only got 2 people commenting so far. What's up with that, guys? Say what's going on. Say what's up. Let me know who's in the house. Let me give you the shout out and all that good stuff. Everybody's out partying, I guess. Partying late. Some people have been out there partying all day. Oh, well. Oh, my gosh. The chat just exploded. Either that or it was lagging. One of the two. But all of a sudden, the numbers jumped like double, and then the chat was filled with a bunch of comments that weren't there a second ago. Literally, it was like boom. What do we got? We got Quez Ali in the house. Big up, Quez. Great win. Back the manager, and we might be cooking. Yeah, we still got some business I think that needs to be done in this window. I don't know about you guys, but that's what I think needs to be done. That's what I think needs to be done. Alexander Hilton in the house. Steak. Rocking the steak. There is the link right there. It is pinned to the top of the chat. If you want to join the show, just click the link. Come on in. We can have your say. Also, too, for people that don't know, you can see down below the live chat. There's some merch there and stuff like that. Some Tottenham away merch. If you want to pick that up, you can. It'll help the channel. If you're a member, there are some discount codes that you can use for channel members and stuff like that. Hit me up if you want to know what that is. DM me on Twitter or join the show and put it in the private chat and we'll let you know. Let's see what else. Or you know what? I'll put a post out on the community page of what the code is, the discount code for members. I'll put out a members only post, and we can get that done. Let's see who else we got here. We've got I can never pronounce your name. Sarix. Roden is gone. He can't think anymore. Is he gone? I guess he did. He went to Leeds, right? But it was only on a loan, wasn't it? Wasn't it a loan? You know, hey, he can still think. Joe Roden can still think. We got Aqua Subs in the house. Big up Aqua Subs. Speaking of subs, make sure you subscribe and like the channel. Like this video. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. Let people know. Right? It's real easy. All you got to do is do this right here. You just go boom. See, you click the like. Boop. You click the subscribe, boop, and then you click the notification bell, and that'll help you to know every single time that we go live, all the videos that we do, and all that other fun stuff. And who else we got in the house? Excuse me. We got Jules in the house. First, big up Jules. Skinny Lee, Chicken. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but big up Skinny Lee. Great production values. Thank you, my man. I appreciate it. Anyone else watching this while the UFC fight is on? No, I'm doing the show. Can't be watching UFC. We do that. Grumpy Gramps in the house. Big up. Woohoo. Big up, everyone. We got Deo's in the house. Christopher LaPlante, great win today. It was a good win today. Big up all of the Spurs fans. We got Camille in the house. What are you wearing now? What do you mean, what am I wearing now? Oh, what watch am I wearing today? Are we doing a fit check? That's all you gotta do is if you want me to do a fit check, we'll put, you know, just say put fit check in the chat and I'll tell you how. So I got the Apple Watch Ultra on today. And Gymshark, my normal jewelry that I wear every day, Ballon Blanc, just me and Post Malone are the only ones in the US that rock this hat, so I'm in good company, me and Post Malone. Jimmy Choo sunglasses to keep my studio lights, you can see them right there in my glasses, out of my eyes. I got one, you can see it there's 3 lights. See the 3 lights? They blind me every time I do a show. During the daytime, it's not so bad, but at nighttime, they're pretty harsh, and they give me headaches, especially when I gotta sit on here for multiple hours on time. Jay Park is in the house. Oh, sorry, forgot fragrance of the day. I'm wearing Issey Miyake, L'Homme d'Essier. Yeah, I think that's what I'm wearing. All that stuff's back there. All my fragrances. I'm up to like 58 fragrances now, I think. We're collecting them. THFC Browns in the house. First time in 4 years I've enjoyed the Spurs game. I don't know about 4 years, man. There were some pretty enjoyable moments under both Jose and Conte, to be fair. I think that while you could say overall the football is better, there were some really good games under both of those managers. Yeah, Will. All the Richarlison stands are kind of quiet. They're all hiding. They're out in the woods. We sent them to the woods. They are far from Starbucks. That is for sure. Jamie, you got Will temporarily in the house, fragrance free with a natural musk. Take a shower, my man. You know, I like a good fragrance. I do. I like a good fragrance. If you like fragrances, sunglasses, other stuff like that, watches, go subscribe to WillStewart365. You can, you know, this is what the logo looks like on YouTube right there. WillStewart365. We're going to be coming out. There's a review ready to come out on Monday of Spice Bomb. It's going to be a line review. Every fragrance from Victor and Rolf Spice Bomb will be up on WillStewart365. Make sure you guys check that out. Spice Bombs. I like the Spice Bomb. I like to drop bombs on people. You guys know. Who else we got? We got Shaquille Ahmad in the house. Big up for the show. Minerals FC. Sarr Minerals. Big up, Minerals. Glad to have you back, my man. Summer's over. The season started. Minerals FC is back. The Minerals General himself. We got Jamie Get again. Football is back, baby. I backed Jose and Conte. What a mistake. Wrong for this club. And just clear the man forever. Leave you out, though. Hey, there's nothing wrong. Look, I've never blamed any manager. You can go back and watch the history on this channel. And I was Nuno in to the last day. I don't blame managers, right? And for me, the fun thing about football is winning. Whether it's counterattack, whether it's possession-based, doesn't matter to me. What's fun is winning. Right? We could be playing beautiful football if we lost every game. I would be miserable. I would be miserable. I like to win. I like to win. What do you make of Richarlison's performance? Richarlison, we got Richarlison's performance, worst player on the pitch today by far. Not even another person comes close. Who was your man of the match? Man of the match for me has got to be Papamata Sarr. I think you put it in man of the match performance. I think Basuma actually won it. I think he got the Sky Sports one. I'm not 100%. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think I saw something on Twitter about it. But for me, it was Papamata Sarr. That second half, you know, the last 15, 20 minutes of the first half and the second half, he was just on fire. And it looked like Basuma to me was getting a little bit leggy there towards the end, starting to make some mistakes. Great performance for him. Solid performance for him on the day. But for me, it's got to go to the young Padawan there in the midfield. Papa Sarr for me. Highbury's local Badger. Big up the local Badger. I predicted 2-1 to Tottenham. I told Man United will get slapped. Well, you were close. It's 2-0, baby. Clean sheet. Man United could not hit the broad side of the barn. It was great to watch a lot of the Manchester United fan channels today crying. They were crying about, oh, we're so bad. Our manager, our players, Spurs beat us. Good times, good times. I always love it when we make people cry. Ange does have the minerals. I like the answers. Really enjoyed your watch and sunglass shows. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. You can see more of that stuff over there at WillStewart365. That's where all that stuff is going to be in the future. Make sure you subscribe to that if you're not subscribed to that already at WillStewart365 on YouTube. We'll get you all of that good stuff. GQ Korea interview confirmed for Sonny. I thought you were talking about me. Sonny wears Tom Ford. Which one? Which one, Cubed? Which Tom Ford does Sonny wear? Maybe I'll buy it and I'll do a review of Son Heung-min's Tom Ford of choice. Let's see who else. We've got Nikki's in the house. Nikki Menard. Big up. Coys. Big yourself up. What else we got? Useless Pigeon. Persian Hotspur says. And who else we got? Alejandro Perez is in the house. Sarr boy has arrived. That's right, he's our Starboy. THFC Brown, same for me. Sarr man of the match. He covered every blade of grass he did. He was great. Again, the chat just keeps like jumping. Still call. Are you watching Harry Kane? I'm not. Harry Kane's not a Tottenham Hotspur player anymore. I wish him well, but he's no longer Spurs. So maybe one day he'll come back in some form or fashion, and we can all remember him as Spurs forever. But right now, he's a Bayern boy. And I don't watch Bundesliga all that often, if you really want me to be honest. I did follow the statistics on the game that they played yesterday just because I was out and about and it just happened to pop up on my phone and stuff like that. So I checked the score every now and again, but I didn't watch the game. THFC Caveman. I'm too old. A lot of people don't know Captain Caveman. You guys don't know that show? Raise your hand in the chat if you know Captain Caveman. Captain Caveman. I'm too old. Double D's in the house. The guy who won us the game today. He was sitting in the stands, in the south stand, waving his wand and making all of those Manchester United shots fly over the bar because they couldn't hit nothing. JT's in the house as well. Big up. Let's go. My man. N17 Animal. Romero is greater than Lissandro. I don't know. But Christopher knows some Captain Caveman. But let's start bringing in the guests. We got 81 people watching the show. Have you hit that like button yet? Have you subscribed to the channel yet? Have you done all this stuff right here? Beep, beep, beep. Get it done before we start bringing in the guests. That way you don't miss a single beat and all of that stuff. Run. Rowan Kumar also in the house. Love Vicario Safe State. Yeah, he played great today as well. Let's bring in the first guest of the night. We've got him here. The man, Basuma Master, the man himself, KPV is in the house. Vanilla Fatale. Yeah, it apparently smells like vanilla. I like vanilla fragrances. I might have to check that one out. Vanilla Fatale. I'll check that one out for sure. Oh, people don't know what I'm talking about. Vanilla Fatale. I'll have to get that one. Late Neverland, big up. Richie needs to go. I agree, my man. But let's bring him in. KPV's in the house. What do you think, Mr. KPV? What were your thoughts on the game today?
Brilliant. And a Basuma masterclass again. 2 man of match performances in the space of 2 games. And yeah, he's now got it 2 times on Sky. Like 2 man of match awards. And yeah, couldn't ask for a better performance. And Maddison, man, he is doing brilliant. And hopefully this isn't a serious injury. He left out on crutches. I think, yeah, Alistair Gold said it was just a perception or something. So it's not too serious. So he should be available for Bournemouth away.
Well, wouldn't you rest him? We're playing Bournemouth, right? So wouldn't you give Lo Celso a chance and let Maddison have a week of rest? You know what I mean? Wouldn't that be the smart thing to do? Like, we had Lo Celso, he put in some good preseason performances, right? And we're playing Bournemouth. It's not like it's a, they've gotten beaten pretty bad the first 2 game weeks by everybody, you know?
Well, yeah, I suppose he did put in some great performance in preseason, Lo Celso. Like, yeah, like Ange apparently sees he's like a future or something in him. Like, yeah, he's said he's part of his plans. And yeah, I suppose maybe start Lo Celso, maybe bring Maddison off the bench. Like you saw with Son last season, he came off the bench, scored a hat-trick at home to Leicester and done it at home to West Ham. So maybe do what we did with Son, start him on a bench and bring him off. And
yeah, like if you don't need to risk it, I would, what's the point in risking it, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I'd start Lo Celso away at Bournemouth. Like our record there is good, only 1 loss, and that was under Poch when we had Son and Foyth sent off and we lost 1-0. So Bournemouth away, great record. They're Son's favourite opponents. I think he's got 5 or 6, 7 goals against them away, and he loves scoring. So Bournemouth away, bring it on. Like away, Ange hasn't won. We should have beaten Brentford. Like brilliant performance, but this game, brilliant win. And yeah, we're gonna beat Bournemouth. We are definitely, because that's a team we always seem to beat. Like away games, there we didn't win a single away game last season. The one we won was Nottingham Forest. I think that was 2nd game in the season or 3rd in August last year, and 2-0, 2 from Kane. So away record ain't good, but that all changes next Saturday against Bournemouth away, and gonna win easily. They have been beaten twice. They were 1-0 up at Anfield, but they bottled it as Arsenal did. Biggest bottle jobs in Premier League history, and they always bottle stuff, so they're not going to win the league. City will win it anyway. And Bournemouth, they're just getting slapped on Saturday lunchtime. Early kick-off. Hopefully another clean sheet from Vicario. Brilliant clean sheet. Where's all the Vicario haters now?
Yeah, look, I don't think anybody ever really gave him hate. I think there were some people that, were maybe a little bit, I guess you could say, cautious or apprehensive. I think everybody that I remember seeing on YouTube, I mean, obviously there's weird people on Twitter and stuff like that. Well, I guess there's the Anthony, if you're out there watching the show, I think Anthony was kind of harsh on Vicario a little bit. Yeah, man, you got to give a guy time to bet in. But like today, it was a little bit different. He didn't really have to play out of the back with balls at his feet, and
yeah, like he made a save of the season, I think, from, was it Rashford or Bruno, who tried to score, but it was offside anyway. He made 3 great saves, and 2 of them saves of the season. Like, he's doing what De Gea did. He made about 11 saves when we lost 1-0 at Wembley in January 2019. Like the ball, Martial didn't kick the ball out when I think Trippier was injured on the floor and Martial didn't kick it out, and Rashford goes and scores. Like dodgy decisions from the referees, and Man United got put in a spliff. Big up expressions. He always says a team gets put in a spliff, and Onana, stop moaning. You got done over. We were the better team. He said he doesn't think Tottenham are better. Well, think again, mate. This is the second time we faced him, and we've beaten him. We beat him in Amsterdam when he was at Ajax, and Ten Hag is only beaten us twice. Like Tottenham Hotspur Stadium of Ajax, 1-0, and then he comes to us just a couple of months ago with Man U draw 2-2, and then we win 2-0. So brilliant win.
Yeah. Let's bring in the next guest of the night. We got some more people popping in the back right now. You know him, you love him. My brother from another mother, Maury Big Poppy's in the house tonight. What's up, Big Mars?
I'm a long time. You know what I mean? When we win, I do that dance.
Let's all dance. Come on, Kyle.
Hey.
Let's do it.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty. But with one, before we go into Mari, let's bring in, because we got two more sitting in the back. We want to bring him in as quick as possible. The next one in. The Gooner. Minerals General. Minerals FC is in the house, everybody. Long time no see. Are you dancing too because we beat United?
No.
Or you just like the beat?
He just likes the beat.
I'm saying, to show that the minerals is back. I came to adding more wrongins, landing more minerals, everything.
The minerals is back, people.
Minerals is back. We got one more to bring in. That's the wrong one. This will work. It's a bit hardcore for his age, but maybe he likes it. I don't know. Adrian is in the house. What's up, Adrian?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you for inviting me in.
You're welcome. How you doing?
Not bad. I was at the game today and I enjoyed it. The atmosphere was fantastic. Even at the end, the fans were behind the team. It did get a bit quiet towards the end of the first half when it got a bit scrappy. And to be fair, the first half was very even. And Man United had two-headed chances where they could have gone in front, which boosted my confidence, because when you start thinking the day is going to go your way, that's what did it for me, you know?
Yeah. I didn't know. I thought the end of the first half was when we started to really kind of look good. Like, I think there was that, like the first 5 to 10 minutes, we kind of came out a little bit strong. Then United kind of grabbed control. And then in the last, I would say from about the 35th minute till the end of the first half is when we kind of started to get a little bit of that momentum.
Yeah, because we were slow to start, and then we started falling in that trap of playing out the back, and we were slowly. And even though Romero had a good game, I mean, come on, we can't knock the players for the performance today. We got the win, but I felt like we need to move the ball a bit quicker out from the back, make things happen, you know, and that didn't happen. I don't know if it's down to nerves or edginess. I know, Postecoglou said that in his post-match press conference, that he thought that was part of the reason. I can go with that. I can go with the fact that we've been stuck in the old defensive ways of the last three managers as well. But
get to that.
I'm buzzing, man. I am buzzing. I watched that. That
You know what I
second,
mean?
that second,
Get to that.
You
You
ripped
blew
them,
them away,
mate. You know what I mean? You
and
ripped
the
them.
combination of Madison and Bissouma.
Oh,
Oh,
mate.
I
Bissouma's
don't
got the
care the
minerals.
fact that Man United have spent multi-millions more than us. Them two players, and we're waiting for Bentancur to come back.
Oh man.
Ah, mate. Big Ange's got the minerals, man. Spurs are
Well-
back, Will. Admit it, bro.
Well, let me-
I'm gonna keep my enthusiasm to in reins, right? This is a problem
gonna
with.
finish
Hold
on
on, this is the
Arsenal again,
problem with being a YouTuber. Is if I get too far ahead of out on my skis, right? The past comes back to haunt you on YouTube. So,
Exactly.
I will be.
And now you're and all that
Can I go
Arsenal
my rant?
back shit, Will.
Well, let me go my rant because I actually have a rant.
Okay.
Right?
You're
Okay.
gonna rant. What are you gonna rant about?
Okay. This is like my pet peeve right now with this fan base. It's my pet peeve right now. Right? All of you guys may have been in a nice relationship, right? Your current relationship or your best relationship, right? And when you're in your best relationship, right? Right? Give you some advice, right? Honestly, you're so happy. You are so happy. You're not thinking about your ex. You are not thinking about your ex. So I bring this to say, right now, we're happy. Right now, we're celebrating 3 points. We're seeing the building blocks of what Ange wants to do. We're very happy. We're seeing the building blocks. Now, this is the thing that frustrates me that I'm seeing on Twitter and I'm seeing on YouTube. And I'm attacking the argument. Not the people on Twitter or on YouTube. Not the people. But I'm attacking the argument. Antonio Conte. Get over it. Get over it. He's like an ex-girlfriend. Stop bringing him back up. Like, enjoy this victory. Enjoy it. Enjoy where the team is going. All right? We all know why Conte, the project didn't fail. People are so wrapped up into the agenda. It's like, see how we play? Look how we play, and whatsoever. It's not that. My mates who are not Spurs fans, my mates who are in Italy, right? The narrative still, we failed with these high-priced managers, Jose and Conte, and we know the reason why, right? Eventually, it's not playing style. Eventually, it's support from Levy. So forget about that. So all I see, and people excited. Yes, it's good to be excited. All right, enjoy this. Enjoy Ang. Enjoy the future. The stadium was rocking. We got all these videos. Adrian was at the stadium. The stadium was rocking. Enjoy that. Why are you bringing back up Conte? This YouTuber posted game after game. Conte is looking less and less elite. That's an agenda, right? Right? He's won at Chelsea. He has won at Inter Milan. He has won at the previous place. Not
Exactly.
here.
Exactly,
So-
Murray. You got wrong of Spurs
You have
fans
people in
banging
Italy,
on the back.
you have friends who are Real Madrid fans who are like, how you didn't win with Conte whatsoever? You know? So it's embarrassing. But you know what? That's the past. It's done. Enjoy what's now. Stop bringing up the past. Conte this, Conte that. We didn't have this game after game, like trying to tarnish his legend, tarnish his resume. All right? No one has truly won at Spurs who have come through here. All right, we know it happened. Move on. Enjoy the big Ange era. Enjoy this.
Exactly.
Celebrate that.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah.
You need to stop being a
Celebrate.
gentleman.
There's no need to go back to the past because people want to have agendas. I see another YouTube poster say, "Oh, people will contact it got egg in their eye." No, we don't. The project failed. It failed. It was not because of play style. It failed because he wasn't truly back. He wasn't truly back. There's no egg in the eye. That's what we've been saying. Yeah, but the football was boring as hell. You know what I'm saying? But that wasn't the.
But was
the-
it though? Was it boring the first season?
Yeah, I mean, everybody was celebrating. It's revisionist.
I don't think nobody said Conte was boring the first.
Yeah,
the
and
first
when we
season.
made the Champions League, it was revisionist history. Everybody was celebrating. These same people, they weren't upset when we made the Champions League. But the main point I'm trying to say is, right, everybody wants to be right. Everybody wants to win, be upon each other, right? They talk about unity, right? Right? Everybody's trying to one up. Forget it. Conte is like an ex-girlfriend. Forget her. You got a new missus. She looked fine. She got them breasts. She got a face. And her name is Big Ange. Enjoy it. Let's go, Spurs. We got 3 points. And stop talking about the past. Enjoy what we have now. The progress.
Bournemouth next.
That's my rant. That is my rant. Enjoy what we have.
Real, man.
I'm trying to one up people. And I know they were talking about our channel, but the reason why, like I said, we were put in because of Levy. It wasn't about playing style or whatsoever. It wasn't about playing style. So let's enjoy.
Did somebody call us out?
You know what they. You know what the only channel that
The
was
Wrongans, Will. The Wrongans.
No, I don't think we were the only. We were the only channel that was Conte.
There were a few, but we're not dumb. We know who you're talking about. So you know what I'm saying. And we don't have any eyes. It did work, but it did work for a reason. It goes back to Levy. I don't even want to talk about him. I just want to enjoy the 3 points. Enjoy it. What's past is past. Forget about your ex-girlfriend. Enjoy the girl. Right now, I'm enjoying my girl. I'm about to pop the question in about 2 weeks. I'm not thinking about none of my exes. Forget them. I ain't thinking about none of my exes. All right? I'm thinking about my girl right now. And we need to be thinking about Big Ange, right? Big Ange, that's our girl right now. Enjoy it. We got 3 points. Come on, you Spurs.
Hey,
Back
big
to you.
girl.
Big up, man. Big up, Murray, man. Minerals landed.
Big up, my man. Yeah, Basuma has the minerals and he's just landed them.
Yeah,
I
man.
want to hear about that.
He should
Come
have
on.
started more last season, bro. Him and Benton
Yeah.
should have been the pairing, man. Hoiberg is finished, man. You know what I mean? Let's have it right.
Move on. No need to drag content.
Exactly. Move on, innit? And this is
Move
what
on.
they're banging on about, Will. Cancel the wrong-uns. Do you know what I mean? Those same wrong-uns having a pop indirectly at us, the minerals, bro. You know what I mean? Like, why don't they focus on themselves, bro? You know what I'm saying? They always have egg in their face, bro. You always mud them, Will, don't you?
Everybody got
I don't look. I get a bad rap because I do reaction videos and stuff like that, but I don't enjoy mudding people per se. I have to correct false information. Like I have a disease. Like I can't not say something that I know to be. I can't not correct something that's like incorrect. Like if it's bright outside, say it's at night and there's a full moon. Someone's like, "Man, it's really, those street lights are really bright." But I was like, "No, that's the moon." Like I just have to say it, even though it's like ridiculously obvious. I just
Will, mate,
have
I'd
to
like
say
to give a shout out because there's
Go for
been a lot of there has been some negativity in the media about Vicario, right?
Mhm.
Now I watched his save against Alonso when we played Barcelona away, which was a real worldy save. And today I was at the game and I watched him pull off 2 exceptional saves he put over the bar. One was offside, but he didn't know it. But the first one again. And I'm looking at him. And then there was another time when the Man United player closed down on him. And he went to the feet. He didn't bottle it. And like, that convinced me we've got a quality goalkeeper. We have got a quality goalkeeper in Vicario. And he's took, all right, some questionable like facts about him, whether he is good enough or not or whatever. But I believe he's a quality goalkeeper. I'd also like to shout out Mickey van der Ven again. There was one part in the game where he actually like side footed and done a player on the sideline. And I thought, the guy is so young and yet he's pulling off moves like that, I mean, all right, again, like at Brentford, our front three didn't get any goals, even though Kula had a good part in like one of the goals, right?
Yep.
But like first half, if I'm honest, it was pretty even at the stadium. I thought they had 2 good headed chances they should have done better with, but didn't work out. Both teams hit the post. We had it twice. They hit the post. And I thought, second half was a totally different ball game. I mean, Basuma and Madison. I mean, a combination. Awesome. And that's without Bentancur being fit, And I just thought the way that they can both beat the press or people coming at them, I mean, like, it's just fantastic, I mean, like, it gives me such confidence, the fact that, like, even the fact that we haven't scored with our front three yet, which is going to happen. I'm sure as eggs are eggs, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, the same system seems to have clocked. I haven't sussed it. I'll be honest. I look at it tactically. I looked at times we had 4 at the back. Then I looked when I'm watching the game from my seat. I'm looking like we got 3 at the back. Then there's 5 in midfield and 2 at the front. Then we've got 4 at the back, 3 in midfield and 2 at the front. Then I've got this. Obviously, players given roles, technically what is expected of them by a coach. Because when you talk about 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, or any other system you can think of, like, that's fine when it's on the training ground of what you want to do. But basically, it's about like what you're expecting certain players to do in their zone on that pitch. And I noticed, like, Man United, things didn't go their way. In the second half, they got frustrated. When they got bookings, that always tells you they're getting frustrated. And I thought, this is good. This all goes well for this game, right? I still wasn't sure we'd go and win it, because you can still lose a game even if you dominate. And but we got the first goal, and I said to the guy next to me, you know what? We're going to get a bit more space now, and it will suit us. And it did, actually. We did get more space. It did suit us. We got a goal from Kula, which came from a deflection that came to an own goal and all that. But, like, I thought we deserved that second goal, actually. First half 0-0.
Yeah, I was still a little bit shocked on how it went in. I was like, what happened?
Yeah, I was. The sun was in my eyes where I'm sitting. I'm just thinking, like, shit. Like, and we scored naturally, like the crowd.
Exactly.
And the crowd were excellent, I mean, the stadium rocked, but it rocks when you're winning, obviously. I mean, it does rock.
Of course, it always does. I think it rocked under Antonio Conte too, especially the end of his first season and the beginning of last year. But
in
it was only the second half of last year when it gets a little bit nasty. But we got 2 more people we got to bring in. We're gonna rock them in. We got TOT Josh at Spurs Live, as well as the man, the myth, the legend, the professor of truth and entertainment, staying up late with us tonight. Mr. Box Office Steve Hees is here as well. Big up. We'll start with Tottenham Josh. TOT Josh.
How are you? How we doing? Great win versus United. Everything's pumped up here.
Yeah. What do you think of the game, my man?
Mr. Box Office is back.
Unreal game, unreal. I mean, I was watching it. I was like, this is Tottenham. I mean, yeah, you said that under Jose. Yeah, you said that under Conte. Yeah, you said that all the time. But this is beautiful football. I mean, every single time we get on that ball, you think, okay, who's gonna score now? Or what we're gonna do with this attack? I mean, there was just one point where Basuma was just mucking about with the ball, and just lovely to see. I mean, I just enjoyed the game completely, and this was a test. If we can boss United around, and we didn't have a lot of the possession, but then at times we did have a lot of possession, which was beautiful to see. But overall, 10 out of 10 performance.
10 out of
Josh,
10.
I tell you what I particularly liked was, like, when we talked about our pacey back 4 now, right? Was when even during the game when Man United got the ball and we went in and we made challenges, was the fact we were so quick to make those challenges, whether we got the throw in or they did, that it stopped them, which in the past other teams would have led to potential attacks, which would have led to goals. And we really we didn't stand off them. We got stuck in. And that's what I liked. I mean, we weren't brutally stuck in, But I mean, like, we got stuck into them, and that played a big part, because when we didn't have the pace say last year, what would have happened was like these players would have like zipped past our defenders, because we conceded more goals than we've ever conceded in the Premier League last year, and like you'd have been sure that like they would have scored.
100%. Just to add on to that, I also think when I did my match preview, I was very, very cautious. I said that the midfield, with obviously Sarr, it depends on the right back, and the right back depends on the midfield, because I wasn't too confident going into the game with Sarr and Porro, because they are very, very attacking, and you've also got Udogie, who's also extremely attacking. And then there was this one moment in the game, remember if it was at the beginning of first half, it was the end of first half, where Porro was left with 2 players to mark. He was left with the Garnacho and I think it was Mount or Luke Shaw coming on the left, and he just did superb. He defended it strong, got stuck into the tackle, and at the end of the day, this is what we want to see.
About time, though.
As much as we can say,
I think he had 2 of those tackles right there on the touchline.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
As much as we say his attack is brilliant, he needs to work on his defense extremely. And I think today we saw a better game from him defensively. Still not amazing, but I think a better.
Josh, it was about time from Porro. He even got caught one time on the edge of the penalty area, and I'm thinking, like, why do you not look over your shoulder, right? Last season against Leicester, he was caught on the far post. Against Newcastle, we got spanked. He got caught on the far post. Away pre-season, he got caught against West Ham on the far post. Didn't even look over his shoulder on any of those occasions. And against, it was either Barcelona or Shakhtar. I can't remember now. I've had a few drinks because I've been celebrating, right? He was caught again, right? So I was particularly watching him today. Still, a few things I wasn't happy with him. He made a good block on the line coming down to the corner flag on one. I'll give him his due. And apart from that, he did okay. And I think it was because, well, we pressed and not so much in the first half. I thought the first half was very even, actually. But like
the first half was so even.
Yeah, second half.
The second half, Bissouma and Maddes took over.
Yeah, we deserved it second half.
But I don't know, so I want to get to know, because I haven't been following Alex so far at the beginning of this season. My apologies, Alex. I don't know, so I want to get to know. So I'm going to ask the man himself. What are your thoughts so far on the season? Are Tottenham back, or are you going to be the breath of truth and tell us where we're really at?
Well, firstly, I have to say it was a very, very good performance from Tottenham Hotspur in the second half. Yes.
Yes.
I will say this: Richarlison's absolute crap, but I've got to be honest. I'm sorry. This guy. I mean, we don't need a striker. And I've told people why we don't need a striker. Because the striker that needs to go and get trophies has gone to Bayern Munich now. And thank goodness, because I can't be. Thank goodness we don't need to talk about Harry Kane, because I've lost a lot of weight now. We don't need to talk about Harry Kane anymore, because that was so boring. But the point I'm making is that. Yeah, it was a fantastic performance. Bissouma was absolutely a menace, immense. Yeah, honestly, he came to Tottenham Hotspur and he looked at Man United and thought, "I'm going to have you all day long," and he had it all day long. You know what I mean? With Sarr as well. You know what I mean? The thing that annoyed me in the first half, there was just no movement. No movement whatsoever. I was there at the stadium, by the way. If you didn't know, get to know, because you saw the Mr. Box Office, the main event, the Professor of Truth and Entertainment, and the ratings killer. I've been told, up or down, was at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. You know what I mean? Yeah.
My ratings are dropping. I've had about 4 people leave the stream.
Bissouma does a little skill. He gets to the bar line, and then he's sitting there thinking, who's moving? Richarlison's doing absolutely nothing. Son's absolute nowhere, and Kulusevski's just running down nowhere. Second half, then we started to actually move, and when we started to actually move, you didn't see any of Man United's midfield, and that's it. You know what I mean? But we ain't popped. Yeah, it's a second game.
I didn't think it was Bissouma that struggled in the first half. I thought both of our fullbacks, both Udogie and Porro, struggled to break the press.
Oh no, yeah, but they were making mistakes though. They made mistakes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They were giving the ball away, right?
Yeah, giving the ball away. Yeah. But this is going to happen though. I think it's a mistake that people are now going over the top and saying, "Oh, Van der Ven's it." No, he's not. he's got a long way to go. Yeah,
And I think
I'll
Van
give
der
it-
Ven gave the ball away a couple times in the first half too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
It's a build. It's a build. And the thing is, though, again, the whole thing with Vicario, last week, everybody's saying, "Oh, he looks like Gomez." I said, "Wait a minute here. You're saying that we're doing it like Brighton. This guy needs time. He starts making good saves like he did before because he's a good shot stopper. You know what I mean? But again, he's going to take time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for me,
It's-
like, sorry,
You know what
for
I
me
mean?
on the Vicario thing, I've always said that he's been a good shot stopper. The thing that's made me nervous is kind of like his decision making. And again today in the first half, where he had that late, where he came out of his box a little bit late, like he was unsure. Do I come out? Do I stay? Then he came out and he got lucky and it bounced off his knee. Like, do you guys remember that one in the first half?
but I think Will, the
But
problem
he fixed
is
it.
with
He
him-
fixed it. He
Will,
stayed on
Will,
his line the second half.
But
Yeah.
Will, my point is with Cario, who's he got to look up to right now? Who's he got to look up to at
Well,
Tottenham
Lloris
Hotspur at
should
the
be
moment?
teaching him.
Well, Lloris is going, so he's not gonna bother with him, is
gone,
he?
bro.
So
Yeah,
at
but
the
he
moment,
should still
he's got
be
no one to look
mentoring the
up
guy.
to, and that's it. I'm not defending him. I'm just saying at the moment it's a build, and it's going to take time for this guy to settle in. He's going to make mistakes. Yeah.
Lloris should still be working with him in training and stuff
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
well this is
you
the
know?
point I'm making though. But the problem is if he's going, if his head's gone and he wants to leave, he ain't going to be helping out Vicario anymore, isn't he? Let's be honest here. So
After
I
10
think
years, he should. As a
he
captain.
should. But the point I'm making is right is that he's going to take time, right? I was impressed with Romero because Romero was actually very calm. He wasn't getting into rash challenges as well, which was good. But again, it's going to take time. This team's not popped. I'm sorry, it's not popped. And if people say I'm just trying to be negative for no negative sense, well, Postecoglou's saying the same thing I'm saying, by the way. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's still
So, I'm
things to
sorry.
iron out for sure.
He's saying that he's done nothing so far, and why are you cheering for me right now? You know what I mean?
So
he knows
Well,
he's
that
got
was
a long way
before
to go.
today.
I just
He's got
think-
a long way to go. He's got a long way to go because, like
think
I
you're-
said before, and I haven't said it on Tottenham away. I haven't said it with you, Will, at the moment. I've said already, if he has a bad run of 5 or 6 games with no wins, or we don't get Champions League, don't get Europe next season, right? What are you going to do the board? That's when I'm going to start saying I'm going to big up Ange at the moment. I give him props for the way he handled Kane. Yeah, because the way he handled Kane was the right way of doing it. Yeah, right. Because we don't need a great striker. Yeah, there's no good strikers anymore these days now. You know what I mean? They've all gone. Yeah, because they had one good season and then they go nowhere. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's about
Alex,
the whole team scoring goals. Yeah.
Alex.
Who scored the goals today? You got Sarr and you got Davis. Yeah. It's about everyone.
I'm not sure Davies even
now.
touched the ball.
And that's it. And
Alex,
that's all I'm saying. And
Alex.
that's it. Because
I
I'm
will-
sorry. That's what good teams do, and that's it. And that's all I'm saying. That's it. Back to you, Will. I'm done.
Yes! I've been waiting. I've never gotten it back to you before. I got my first back to you. I've made it
Back
as a
to you.
YouTuber. I
The
love it.
main event speaking.
I love it. I'm validated tonight. You've popped my cherry, Alex. I'm now no longer.
I just want to say this. There is a
Carlson,
balance.
Kulusevski, Son as a front three is, right? When you break quick and you're down there and people start being very hypercritical, and look, you can have a constructive critique on players when they're not playing well, but when a lot of times I see Kulusevski, or I'm a real big fan of, not because of his stats of holding the ball, winning the ball back, apart from the fact that like he's a creative player who I think could end up as a number 10, in my opinion. People might laugh at that. When
No, I
you're
think
getting
you
down,
blend
like,
it.
when down to the byline, or you're cutting in, like he says, oh, he always cuts in on his left foot. Yeah, but there are buts to this, right? When a player's cutting on his left foot, why? If you get down to the byline, you're first in the attack, and you're down there, there's no one in the box. What are you supposed to do? So, like, he cuts back inside. He often has a shot. Today, there are a couple of powder puff shots, actually. I mean, I'll admit to that, right? But then you're looking to narrow the gap between you and one of your own attacking players so you can try and play them in. I mean, I think Kulusevski is a fantastic player, in my opinion. He ticks a lot of boxes with me, right? He moves the ball quickly. right? He's got great vision, you know, and he can make things happen, right? Now, to other Spurs fans, they might think I'm talking absolute crap, right? No, it's fair enough. I mean, I can live with it, but he does that for me. He's got that creativity in him, which to me, I'd rather have him than a fast winger that can go down there at 90 miles an hour, say like a Traore or whatever, you know, who just hits and hopes the ball into the box, you know.
Yeah.
And
I have Solomon. I have Solomon.
I want to go to Richarlison today. Those that watch the game, right? Each time Richarlison received the ball, right, he had a defender up his backside. You know, he still held on the ball, and on a few of the occasions, he hit a left field cross, a right field cross with his boot out to the left to Cooley a couple of times. It was like a bit chaotic, actually. It was a bit
but
chaotic.
Richarlison did nothing though.
So he has the vision. Yeah, listen. He hasn't proved nothing, Alex. I'm not saying he's a wonderful striker or nothing like that.
Bro, I'm not even asking that much from him. All I want is movement. All I want is movement.
Yeah, today he was a bit lazy today.
I know you want to say something.
No, what I'm saying is, you're going to criticise him, or fans are going to criticise him. They're happy we won the game. I'm delighted we won the game, obviously. But, right, you're going to feed balls into him. There was actually a couple of powder puff shots by Decky, when I thought one of them, when Richarlison was moaning at him, why didn't you play me in? And I think he would have got a goal if he'd been played in. But Decky didn't do that, which is unusual.
Yeah, he was slow in his decision making a couple times today, especially in the first half.
He's normally good at picking out the ball, and I thought and I'm watching it, and I'm thinking okay, you know, next time you're in there, you know.
He had Son on the far post as well too one time in the first half that he didn't call.
I want to say something from Alex's point and just put this in just a balanced context. I think there is, like I said, I had that rant because people go on the extreme. You know, they're bringing up Conte and what happened with him in the past. And I'm like, no, focus on now. Focus on the future, the present, which is Big Ange. And the fan base, right, is happy because you have to understand. Remember where we came when the season ended, everybody was depressed. Me, I was depressed about this team, right? We haven't won a game. This is the first game we've won in months, right? Counting, we had a break, but we haven't won like a game that count that has won. And it's the first home game. It's natural, and it gets united. Naturally, people are going to be happy, excited. Are we a work in progress? Exactly. I agree with Alex. Ange says we have a lot to do, but at least they have 4 points out of 6. That's good. That's good to celebrate, you know. So it's a balance that you have to have. And so for me, I'm celebrating. Anytime we beat United, I'm going to be happy. But we are a work in progress. We got a lot of work to do. We got to get a striker. I still think we need another center back. There's some stuff that we still need to do, but we can celebrate this victory because we haven't won in months, right? We haven't lost a game this season. It's natural. I'll leave it at this. I already know who's going. The team that's favored to win the Super Bowl, Kansas City Chiefs. But if my Giants start out 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, I'm gonna be happy. Yeah, the chance.
Excited about it.
Yeah, my chance.
I want to hear what Josh has got to say. Come on, Josh.
Yeah. Before we go to Josh, let's bring in Elias from 7 Up Spurs. No dad jokes or I'll kick you out the stream.
Hello, wow, I'm quite excited after seeing Mr. Box Office here. Hi Alex, good to see you at the THFCRants show today. By the way, Will, what music is that?
That's your music.
No, that's not my music.
Yeah, that's the end of your music.
Oh, okay.
It is, bro.
Yeah, you picked it. You should know.
I didn't listen to that.
You didn't hear the cats meowing in the background for the last 15 minutes? Look,
Oh, that was you?
yeah, but Josh, did you have something you wanted to say, or do we want?
I thought very quickly. it's good to have overall. I think it's good that we got United out the way. I mean, at last you can say we caught them in a good time. They come
Yeah.
back from Wolves. Wolves is a tough game, in my opinion. Wolves is a tough game, but we caught them in a right time. They're still transitioning into a extremely tough team, and it is only game week 2, which is always nice to catch the big teams out. But I think overall, personally, I saw a couple plays from the wing backs that I wanted to see them improve on, such as the overlap. I know they play as inverted, but I want to see more overlaps. I think we can get more crosses in, especially that we talked about Kulusevski and his crossing. Personally, I'm not a fan of his crosses. That so far they've been in between the shot and the and just it's just not going anywhere. It's really not going anywhere. And I think the best way to do it is to get poor overlapping Kulu somehow. But I think regarding what Mr. Box Office said regarding Richie, I think I totally agree with him. I think with Richie, as long as you give him, I was just watching the game with my dad, and we looked at the how much we bought Richie for. 73 million euros for a striker who's only scored 1 goal in 29 games. It's absolutely crazy. He started last season. How have we allowed this to happen? I think as a striker, minimum goals is 4, 5, 6 goals at Tottenham, even if you come off as a bench player. Now, I think coming into the season, I think a striker dropping deep like Harry Kane is not what we need. We need a complete all-out striker. And that's why I didn't like what Richie did, in my opinion, today. I think, yes, he had 1 or 2 good passes to Kulu. That was 1 or 2. And I knew someone was going to say that. I knew someone was going to go and say that 1 or 2 passes was good. Because, yeah, sure, it was a nice pass. But he's not Kane. He can't have his back to goal. Only certain amount of strikers who are good physically can have their back towards goal, and he's not a striker who can have a back towards goal. Now, I think when you talk about a striker who we need at Tottenham Hotspur, we need a striker that will be in the box, literally one touch shoot. That's kind of a striker we need. Richie, we feel like he's forcing it a bit too much, and I think against United today, you saw how he tried getting involved in the build-up play a little bit, and when Sonny got involved in a striker position, when Richie was subbed off and Sonny became the natural striker, you saw that Davis then ran into his position, and that's how the goal was created. I think it was a brilliant play by Tottenham. And overall, though, just happy to get United out of the way and done, dusted, and move on. We've got easy games now. I think we've got Burnley, Sheffield.
They haven't.
I agree what you say, Josh.
They haven't popped. They haven't popped because the fact is they're not doing it naturally. They're forcing it on themselves at the moment. I like the way. Well, they're not. In Postecoglou's already said it already. He said they're doing it because he's told them to do it. He should be doing it naturally. The whole system.
100%. That's all about learning, no?
That's the point I'm saying at the moment. And at the moment, that's why I'm saying it's not popped yet. You know what I mean?
They're still in the microwave. They're still popcorn still going in the microwave.
At
right?
the moment, for me, I think Son should be up front. Kulusevski shouldn't be there. Kulusevski shouldn't be there. Right? I want Solomon there. I want Solomon there because Solomon, for me, Solomon's the quickest guy. Solomon's a very good pacey guy, and I can't believe I'm saying this because I didn't notice him at Fulham, by the way. And I'm surprised in me saying this. I'd rather have Perisic here, to be honest with you. I'm sorry, because for me, the second half showed me because the fact is, for me, I'd rather have those 3 there because they're interchanging. You know what I mean? Because the fact is, this is a system where you need to be interchanging, as far as I'm concerned. So this is why this hasn't popped. This is why it's not popped. Because let's be honest here, the midfield won us the game today. Absolutely 110%. Because and the only reason why we won the game as well is not just because of the midfield. We started moving. Sarr realised he needs to move in the box and start and get in the box and score, right? And then Davis started to figure it out as well, and that's why we scored the goals, and that's it. And Man United just got bantered by Basuma and realised Basuma is just said. By the way, this is my land, and you're not getting nowhere near it, and that's it. And big up to Madison as well because he's our creator, and that's it. Back to you, where I'm done.
Our front 3 hasn't fired. We can all admit to that, right? But when I looked at Richie today, I was at the game. I'm watching, and boy, does he work his socks off. Okay, so that's not not going to impress fans if he doesn't score goals. But what I noticed was like when he was receiving the ball, right, he always had a Man United player upright behind him tight.
But you're gonna. I mean, that's the game, right?
Yeah, but he still managed to hold the ball up. And there were a couple of occasions when he switched to play with his foot and he hoofed it out, Kane-esque it was, out to the right wing to Kulusevski. Like, and that's under really pressure, right? And I thought, yeah, good, that's good. I like that. I like what I saw, right? Admittedly, in the box, well, did the team create any clear chances for him? He didn't have
I mean, there was one, the ball rolled over his boot with 5 yards out from the goal, and he didn't even get a swing at it, right?
The Davis one, yeah, it was.
Oh, why was that? Because the ball was too far from him, because he couldn't do
No,
it?
it literally rolled over his boot.
If I missed that, you know, then I would apologise. But I mean, like, I didn't see him have one clear-cut chance. I didn't see him have one shot at goal. Now, obviously, fans are saying like, "Oh, so what? You get rid of him?" Like, you know. I looked at the game when I looked at the game against Brentford. When fans were screaming like, "Oh, Son should play for the middle and all that," and I'm thinking, hang about, calm yourselves down here, like, because my thought was like, in a game against a team that's gonna play a low block, you want a physical presence in the opponent's box, and Son doesn't give you that. Even though I think
Richie does either.
Down the middle, he doesn't give you that. He doesn't give you that. And I said to people in my Spurs group, I'm going like, look, the way I see it is. And I got it wrong today. Don't get me wrong. I got it wrong. I thought, play Richie on the left with Udogie, because that will keep us strong down the left, because we know Man United got a lot of pace on both sides. I said, and play Son through the middle. It didn't happen. I thought that's what would go. I was surprised actually with the Sarr and the Porro inclusion, because Porro worries the fucking life out of me. He does. He really worries the shit out of me, because he doesn't look over his shoulder. He got caught out of Leicester away last season, Newcastle, West Ham in pre-season, and either, let me get it right, I've had a few drinks, it was either Barcelona or
Sailor City.
Right, or Shakhtar, right? And I'm thinking, I'm looking at it and I think like, why are you never looking over your shoulder? You know?
Well, as a wingback, you don't need to look over your shoulder. Your job's not to track back and you're not the first line of defense. That's the right center back's job. But as a fullback, that is his responsibility. And I think he'll learn it. He looked a lot better today.
He should be looking.
Yeah,
he should be looking, right? I played as a defender. I was crap, but you were always looking around you. You didn't just look in front of you. Porro, one time, he did a few good things during the game actually today, which I liked. But there was one time he was more near the penalty area without looking, because Man United were getting a bit of joy on their left, coming down all that side. They were getting in threatening positions, and I thought that should have been cut off a bit earlier, right? And players should be proactive. Take the free. If you've got to give the free kick, give it away outside the penalty area. Don't let the player get in the box when you're more at risk of giving away a penalty. You know, but that's just my opinion. I mean, I don't know what you guys think.
For me, there's a couple of things that I want to talk about a little bit, and that's the Richarlison bit. And I'm not going to be like overly negative, but I'm going to try to be as tactically and technically sound as possible in my critique of his performance today. When you're playing a striker, there's two different, or I guess basically three different types of strikers that you can be. You can be a false nine Firmino type of a striker, where your job is to basically check to the ball and then immediately turn and play to, overlapping runs from inverted forwards, right? Salah, Mane, those type of things. Whatever, that's your job. And you kind of have to stay in your lane. Then you have your target man, which is a big man, strong man in the box,
like Giroud.
So the ball's coming into the box and you're heading it in. And then you've got the guy who kind of maybe holds up play just on the inside, sits on the back shoulder of the defenders, facing his opponent's goal, right? He's facing the goal, and as soon as those through balls come in, he makes runs in between the center backs into the half spaces and takes shots. I think if that's Richarlison's niche, right? He's the kind that if he has his back to goal, he's going to suffer, right? And Son is similarly in that same vein. If we're going to expect them to have their back to goal and hold up play, we're going to be disappointed in their performances. They need to be facing the goal. They need to wait for through balls to come in through the midfield, and they need to be able to. I'm not talking long, deep runs onto them, but I'm talking diagonal, short runs into the half spaces to pick up those balls that come in through for Maddison and whatever. If you watch the goals from Richarlison in preseason, that's what they were from, right? There was a through ball, a diagonal through ball that he came through on a diagonal run, and it was a one-touch shot, and kind of like a poaching, that type of thing. That's what he's going to have to do. And there's not going to be a whole lot of teams where that's going to work for him as well as it did in preseason, especially because of the level of the team that we were playing against.
What was noticeable was the fact that when we were defending corners, or they were defending corners when we were pressing up, was that they had the whole team in their box. And we did the same thing earlier on. We did the same thing. There was no space. So there wasn't much going to happen in those situations. So how do you break it down? How do you break it down when you're going forward?
Yeah, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've heard enough of this, because the fact is, Richarlison just needs to move. I'm not expecting that much goals, because there was an Emerald Heskey in the world before. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. No, I'm not having this.
No, I hear you. I hear you.
He's done this. He's worked hard. He's done this. Well, I could have done the same thing he's done. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
I'm sorry. I'm not having this crap. As far as I'm concerned, all I wanted from him was him to move. You know what I mean? Because like I said before, if we're going to do this attacking football, right, you need to move. Yeah? And we didn't do that in the first half. Yeah? He did one little thing, just holding up the ball, and that's it. All he needs to do is be a nuisance. That's what Solomon gives me. Solomon gives me, at least Solomon, who comes from Fulham. Solomon comes from Fulham. Solomon comes from Fulham, right? Gives me. No, but you brother, you're trying to interrupt me, so I'm talking. My point is, because the main event speaking, Adrian, you need to learn. My point is, right, is that at least Solomon gives me a little bit more than actually makes himself a nuisance. That's all I'm asking from Richarlison. That's all I'm asking.
What happens is one of our wingers gets down to the right corner flag or the left corner flag, and they're looking up. The reason the ball gets passed backwards is because there's no one in the box, or aren't enough bodies in the box. Now, last year we see that all too often. This year, you're looking for our midfielders to push forward under the range system, so we get more options in the box or around the box to score a goal. Now, I'm not going to fault Kulusevski from going down to wing, and people say, "Oh, he's cutting on his left. He always cuts on his left and all that line," and nothing happens. What he's trying to do is move near the edge of the penalty area to narrow the gap between him and our attacker, so he can lay a ball off and perhaps give them a chance to get a shot off. Right now, we're getting more people. We are getting more people under the energy system on the edge of the area and in the area to get goal scoring chances. You've still got to, obviously, get around the opposing team's defensive system. How many people they're playing there as well, but it's better. It is much better. What I'm seeing is much better, Alex. If you don't see it, that's different. But I'm not going to knock. I think Kulusevski is a fantastic player.
Yeah, but we're not really talking about Kulusevski right now. We're talking about
apart from going forward, his defensive stats, his way to hold off the ball, winning the ball back from other defenders, and all that. He gives that team so much. In what most fans would say, "Oh, it's negative. Oh, he ain't putting a cross in, or he ain't scoring a goal, or he ain't putting the killer pass in." I think he is a superb player.
But
we weren't talking about Kulusevski, though. We were talking about Richarlison, right? So hold on. The thing we're talking about Richarlison. But Richie didn't do anything today, though.
Richie, how many times today you obviously watched the game?
Mm-hmm.
When he received the ball? A lot of the times the balls came at a pace, which would be hard to control anyway. And he did ping a few right-footed balls out to Kulo, which were real good balls, Keynes-type balls, right? What's he supposed to do if he doesn't get a clear-cut chance? I'm not saying he's great. He ain't a Harry Kane or anything like that. But I mean, like, for Christ's sake, give the guy a break, right? If he misses a clear sitter, fair enough. But like, he
did though.
Adrian,
He had the half volley. He had the half volley where he kicked the Man United player in the leg rather than kick the ball. He had the ball that came from Kulusevski that rolled over his foot. He didn't even take a swing at it. It literally rolled over his foot. And he was 5 yards from goal. And then, and then you take the first game last week too, when Madison played him that through ball and he miscontrolled it. You had Basuma played him one as well and he miscontrolled it. That's what I'm saying. Him and Son
against Brentford straight at the keeper. One hit one of their players, didn't he? You know, because he snapped.
But what I'm saying is, hold on, let me finish my thought. Let me finish my thought. The problem is what I was talking about earlier, the 3 types of strikers, and those types of strikers need to stay in their vein. You can't be all of them at one time, right? Even Harry Kane wasn't all 3 types of strikers. Yeah. You have to find your niche, and the team has to play to that strength in order for you to be successful. And the problem is Son and Richarlison have the same niche, and Son is better at it. So why are we playing like those balls that come through, those through balls? If that's a half volley coming to Son, it's at least going to hit the target. Son's not going to let a ball roll over his foot. He'll at least get a shot off. It might be a bad shot. He might get over the top of it, but he's at least going to get a shot off. His reaction time is a lot faster. For me, the thing that I think hurts Richarlison in this particular system is his touch isn't good enough in tight quarters. He's got a great touch when he's all by himself of a ball. If he's got a yard of space and the ball's coming over, he can do a little flick over the top of his head and then hit it on the volley. But if he's got pressure on him, like you said, in tight spaces, his touch is wanting. Yeah. And that's what's causing the problem.
Not just that. Let me just say something.
Against the team with a low block, Will, I agree. I would like Richarlison's presence in the box because he gives you that aggression and that there. But as a lot of fans have said, and I agree, other than that, I would prefer to see like Son through the middle and Richarlison on the left, especially when you're playing better teams as well, like Man United, for example, because I think like with the Udogie, Richarlison on the left, like, and the effort they put in, you can stifle them. You can stifle them completely that way. And I don't like Sonny on the left as a winger. I don't like that. That's my opinion, but I'm not Ange, so like we have to trust him. He's done well in his first 2 games.
I mean, you got to admit that he was the best out of the front 3 today, for sure, even as the left winger.
Well, I'd say Son was good. I would say, but Son was better up front when he would later on. Yeah, definitely. But for me, I'm sorry, I'm this rubbish about Richarlison. Sorry, and even Kulusevski. I'm sorry, it's just not working for me. It's just not working for me at all. And the thing is that we're making excuses. We might as well just say that we just should put Bergwijn there again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Make excuses for him. You know what I mean?
But people don't realize. I'm just going to throw this out here for people that are watching. Everybody here on the panel knows the Son created more chances than Madison did today, right?
I didn't know that, but for me,
twice as many.
I think for me, yeah, but I think it was endeavour. I've got to be honest. But I do agree that Son needs to be up front for me. I'm sorry. This is the thing. Because like I said before, all I want from Richarlison, I'm not even expecting goals. I just want him to make himself a nuisance. You know what I mean? Make himself a nuisance. You know?
But Alex,
you can do that easily if you can press and do something like that. He was doing nothing. He did nothing.
Yeah, Alex, I agree with you. But how can you say that? Yeah, he just make his moves and all that because he's a striker. Like yesterday, the pass that Sarr played to him, he totally mistimed that shot. Like that shot just went over his foot. Like this kind of shots, a striker should be picking that. That was an easy shot, and that should have been a goal, in my opinion. That's like the basics a striker should be doing. It was a good shot from Sarr, and then he totally mistimed it, totally misplaced. He was in the right position, but his foot was not in the right place.
He was off balance, and he didn't even get to take a swing at it. But I mean, the only good opportunity, I think, that the good run, he made one good run where that was a ball from Kulusevski over the top, and Richarlison was in, and if Kulusevski over hit it by about 2 yards, and it ended up going right at the keeper. But at least but those are the type of runs that Richarlison needs to be making. That's my point. He doesn't need to have his back to goal. He doesn't need to hold up play. He doesn't need to drop deep. He just needs to make those. He needs to sit on the shoulder, and as those balls are coming across, he needs to be making those short, quick, fast runs in the half spaces and be a poacher. That's the only way this Richarlison thing is going to work. That's my point.
Well, he's got to do something, Will. That's the point I'm making at the moment. I think we're just defending him for just defending, say, oh, it's new.
Nobody's defending him.
But for me, it's not about that. It's not about it, we're just asking him to do because you might as well get the new striker that we're trying to get from Belgium. I'm not bigging up too much, but I'd rather get him or get Scarlett there, and then you put him in because we're doing a build. Yeah. So if we finish 8th, it's not a tragedy. Right, if it's a tragedy to the board, well, you should not put him in the first place, Postecoglou. Then, you know what I mean? So the point I'm making is that you put a striker there that is young, and you work with him for the next couple of seasons, yeah, and then he'll become a striker that we can work with, and he'll get up to speed because he'll get used to the system, Postecoglou, and he might also become a goal scorer and getting used to how we play, and that's it, yeah, and that for me we do that, you know what I mean? Because that's what we did with Kane, yeah. And look what happened with Kane, you know what I mean? So, that for me is a way of trying to do these things now. Because I don't agree with trying to get Ivan Toney. You know what I mean? I think because you don't know what's going to happen next season. Whether he's going to stay at Brentford or he's going to go to another team as well. So I think if you get a young striker that you can work with. I don't know if Richarlison is that striker at the moment. You know what I mean? He needs to do much more. And I'm not putting pressure on him. I just need to see a little bit more. You know what I mean? Because at the moment,
today
I'm
for
not
me,
enough.
a lot of people talk about his, what do you say? His energy. But today I think he lacked a little bit of energy for me. I didn't see him pressing as often as he had in other matches. I didn't see him. And I don't know if you guys have been watching Johnny, the Twitter Johnny. He knows. He knows. Apparently, he's familiar with Richarlison's agent, and Johnny's been saying that he's not fit. He said he can't really go into it, obviously, but apparently Richarlison's not fit. Maybe that's why we didn't see a lot of the time from him. Maybe that's why he got subbed off, at the 65th, 70th minute, and
well, then he shouldn't be playing.
Exactly. He shouldn't be playing. Sonny shouldn't be playing through the middle.
We had these excuses from Dyer. We had excuses like even Son said he had a groin injury with the operation. Well, then he shouldn't be playing. We could have done no worse last season.
But managers sometimes do that. Look at Arteta.
Anyway, so he shouldn't be playing. You
remember when You remember when Partey got an injury against us in the first year of Conte? And he literally walked to the sideline and asked to come off, and Arteta shoved him back on the pitch, like physically shoved him. You remember that in the North London derby?
Yeah.
When we beat him at the end of the season under the first year of Conte. You guys remember that? Sometimes managers, man, they just force players to do things that they shouldn't really be doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they gotta refuse it.
And I get irked when we turn around and say like, oh, we get Longley back, he'll be a backup defender, or we get so-and-so, be a backup left back or right back. We're Tottenham Hotspur, and we're talking about backup players. For Christ's sake, you don't talk about backup players. We need a third centre-back, and then we get third centre-back with 40 minimum games a season. You can rotate them and give them all 20 games each, and you can bring Ashley Phillips in, who I think is a baller, an absolute baller. You can bring someone in to a young player to be a fourth player. I hate the term backup. I mean, I'm an old dog, right? I'm an old school dinosaur.
You're not old dog. You're not old dog, Adrian, because I totally agree.
I hate the term wing back. I hate the term false number 9, right? I mean, like when people say false number 9, I mean, I was involved in an amateur team years ago. I'm old now. I'm retired, right? And if I turn around and said to 20 Spurs fans or any fans throughout the country what is a false number 9, they wouldn't be able to tell you, right? And
Well, it didn't exist back then. That's why.
Wingback as well, right? I get it. We get it. Military manoeuvres, right? 3 at the back, 2 at the sides. It's wingbacks and all that, right? But if being a wingback means that you're absolved from defensive responsibilities, I don't want you in my team at all. Play a winger there or an attacking midfielder instead.
But that's what they are. A wingback is a winger. But that's the point.
Simply, a wingback is, when they talk about Liverpool and wingback, whether it's Trent or whatever, they play a flat back 4 and they're just an attacking fullback. And that's all a wingback is, an attacking fullback.
No, it's totally different. Hold on. Wingback is totally different than an attacking fullback. Okay, so a fullback, yes, it is. It absolutely is. It absolutely is.
It's crap. That's crap.
Absolutely is. So Perisic has never played defender in his life, and he was a wingback for multiple years under Conte, right? The role of it depends on the system and the manager and how the role of that, what they're expected to do, what the manager expects, not what the fans expect them to do, right? No, when Conte made Perisic a wing back, he didn't expect him to defend. He expected him to push high, overlap, and be an attacker. So wing backs are attacking players. They are not defensive players. An attacking fullback is a fullback who can get. They're getting forward and attacking is their second priority, but their main priority is defense.
Referring to Trent as a wing back.
Nobody refers to Trent as a wing back. Nobody refers to Trent as a wing back. Nobody refers to Trent Alexander-Arnold as a wing back.
I don't like these new modern day poncy descriptive narratives of players. When if you ask someone, oh, what's the false number 9? It's a conversation, but it's bollocks.
It's not bollocks. It's an actual role that Pep Guardiola invented for Messi when he was at Barcelona.
Okay. Well, what is a false number 9 then?
A false number 9 is a instead of an attacking. Hold on.
What is he?
He's not a 10 and he's not a 9. He's a 10 and a 9.
Oh, look, this is you see.
That's why it's a false 9.
I do agree with Adrian about the backup.
I respect your opinion.
It's not an opinion. That's literally what a false 9 is.
10.5 player, yeah.
It's total crap.
I do
it's not
agree
crap, it's
with
roles.
what he says about backup.
You're either a centre
I do
forward
agree with him there.
or you're not. You can be a number 10, but now
a center forward is even different from a striker.
Adrian, sorry to say, but the football has evolved.
We're inventing new positions on a football field. There's no need anyway.
There is a need. There is a need. Football these days is so predictable with the technologies and all that. Amount of things that you have, you can predict all these things. If you don't create these kind of new
you end up doing is confusing yourself with more
football, your team would be so predictable.
No.
I mean,
that's my opinion. Listen, I respect your opinions. That's not a point.
Adrian, I understand. I grew up watching Maradona, Batistuta, Haji. I grew up watching late 80s football, 90s football. And it sometimes in life, all sports, even things evolve. The Barcelona way really did a way of, dominating teams. And especially if you have a player, i.e. Messi or whatsoever. So you're going to have that, you're going to have that evolution, right? Johan Cruyff, started, and he's a legend. He started a way of football that worked. When can't stand Arsenal, but when Arsene Wenger came to the Premier League, he brought a different style of football to the Premier League, to English football that hasn't been seen. It was revolutionary. So I mean, these things happen. Like I said, everybody has their preference. For me, I have my preference is a bit of old and a bit of new, but these things do. I mean, it do happen. Especially, Pep is going to be considered as an innovator along with Arsene Wenger and Sir Alex, those who have changed positions and, because now people are more athletic, medical science, all these things have come into play. So you're going to have that. Now, was the game tougher back then? Harder tackles that were allowed. I watched Maradona get beat up, by a good German team. And, so that's why I have him one of my legends, watching him and Haji, Batistuta, you name, get beat up and still score goals. I appreciate that. But football evolves. It changes. It could be for the better. It could be for the worse, depending on the person. But
Right, you can't just also shit on the evolution of things just because you're not used to it, right? Like you can't just be like, you know what, smartphones are all garbage and trash, right? I'm happy with my dial-up phone that I got connected to a wire in my kitchen, right? I don't need one of those damn smartphones. Those are stupid, right? You can't do that. So just because you don't understand what these positions mean in a modern game doesn't mean that they're just made up horseshit. They're not.
I just think that,
Messi is one of the most decorated players of this century, and he is a proper. You can put him that way, that he was the one who you can put him as a false nine. He often played false nine for PSG. He often plays false nine for Barcelona. So you can't just say that false nine you don't understand. It doesn't make sense, because it does make sense.
But even Harry Kane's role under Jose Mourinho was a false nine. Right?
No,
some of these strikers, they play fantastically in that.
Give him a number then. Give him a number. What's your false line?
A 9.
9.5 or 10.5.
No, he's a playmaker number 10, basically.
But he's not.
Well then, okay.
Not though,
So now you're inventing
like
a new
a
position
forward,
for it.
but isn't
Yes, it's invented a new position. That's why it's called a false 9.
No.
It's a
Right, you
variation.
start high and then you drop deep, and there is no 10 in the team. In that Barcelona team, they had no 10. You had Iniesta, Xavi. None of them were 10s. They were both 8s, right? And you had Basquet sitting in the 6.
All your opinions, I disagree. I mean, like, I just don't agree. I just think it's a modern day Ponzi.
I do agree with the
same that you've got for like wing back. A wing back is just an attacking fullback. If not, what is he?
It's not.
Is he a fullback? Is he a fullback?
He's more like a midfielder.
Is he attacking fullback?
No. He's more like a wide midfielder in a 4-4-2.
So then he's an attacking midfielder?
He's a midfielder. He's a wide midfielder.
What is he?
A winger, like a wide man, mate. You know what I mean?
Listen, the media love this. The radios love this because it gives them loads of extra conversations. They're trying to invent new positions on the football field, right?
No,
Look,
but
hold on, football's been changing. Football's been changing ever since the game was invented. If you go back to the 20s and 30s, they did the Christmas tree formation. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? That's how they play.
With you on that point, I'm disagreeing. Like, how many more positions are we going to get? Some sort of Ponzi narrative in the future on players on a football field when there's
right. Box to box didn't exist until you had a 4-3-3.
I agree with Adrian about the backup defense though. I do agree with that because I don't like it either, to be honest with you. Because you for me,
backup is the squad. It's not backup anything.
You shouldn't name it as a backup. They're part of a squad, so they should be competing for their positions.
Quality.
Exactly.
The point is, we need another centre back to make sure that we've got 3 centre backs of equal quality that you can rotate, because we know Romero will suffer a suspension, and perhaps Van der Vel who looks solid. He looks brilliant actually, but I mean, like, who looks like that? So you need a number 3, and then the 4th player then can be, because you're not going to satisfy a squad of 25 quality players. That's never going to happen. You've got 11 on the field. You've got 9 on the bench. That's 20. Out of that, you can use 5. So you're looking like your 11 and your 5 as your manager as your best 16. Perhaps a couple of others might be utility players, might make you up to an 18. But you're not. Even Man City are not going to have more than that. So, like, what you've got to do, like, you think, I can now look to your bench. Before, we can look to our bench. Our bench was shit, right? So, like, before now, you think, okay. And we're looking quite good now with our bench, because like when you're playing well and you're playing good football, all of a sudden, like, yeah, we look great, we make subs, yeah, we've won the game, we've beat Man United today, a big name team. I don't think they're a great team personally, even though we beat them. But I mean, like, you know, oh, good, great team. Suddenly, like, the players on the bench we brought on, they look good. The ones we left out look good. You know what I mean? And the rest of the 9 look good. When you're playing crap, suddenly your team looks shit, the bench looks shit, and why is it that we left 5 players out of the match day squad? You know, because that's the way it is, though. It's true, though. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, it's not about a back, but when we're saying backup, we're talking about backup to the starters, right? Like every football club has their best player in each position, right? Nobody has an equal player in, 2 players of equal quality in every position. So when we're saying backup, we're talking about, because you're always going to want your best player to start if they're fit, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but if we had a world-class number 9, suppose Harry Kane was playing today or Haaland, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would he have scored? Today?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, Haaland. Listen,
No, I'm sorry, they would score in other games, but not in the way the game.
Listen,
there's 2 opportunities from 6 yards out. 1 half chance and 1 good chance.
But Haaland's not even my favorite player, and I still think he would have scored because he'll be quiet for most of the game.
From where, Alex? From where? Huh? From where today and what position?
When the ball rolled over his foot from 6 yards out.
He's mostly quiet for Man City most of the time, and he scores goals still.
Yeah, but you can't just say.
And it's the guy that's called him above average on Carew, by the way. I'm the one that calls him above average on Carew.
I'm trying to defend Richarlison because I want him to do well. I'm sure all Spurs fans want him to do well. He puts a shift in. He certainly put a shift in today.
Oh, he didn't put a shift in today.
I didn't think he really worked that hard.
He didn't put a shift in today.
He normally does.
He's got the look. I like players with vision who move the ball quickly, who can make things happen. Right? When I'm watching videos on Brazil Scout and all that, what I'm looking for is not the fact that a player is a goal scorer and I'm going to see him get loads of tap-ins and do this and the other and look good, right? I'm looking, if there are parts in that video, his intelligent awareness, positional play, whether he moves the ball quickly, he's got vision, and that's what I'm looking for. But I'm not an expert at football. I mean, I've watched football for over 60 years. I'm no expert. But I'm looking for things like that because I want to see more. Because I know in those videos, all I'm going to see is what's good about those particular players, right? So I want to see something. Show me something. Yeah. And when I look at Richarlison, I don't see a bad player. No, it's not being naive. I see a player that suits Angie's system, worth ethic-wise, yes. And also, don't get me wrong, to me, it's make or break for him this season, this side. You know, whether we get another striker in before the window closes, I want a quality centre back in first before that. But whether we get another striker in before then, fair enough. But I'm prepared to give the guy a break. Last season, he got a couple of goals scratched off the VR and all that, like. And I thought, if he'd have got a few of these goals in, it would have boosted his confidence and that, right? It would have boosted his confidence and he would have kicked on. He isn't a Harry Kane, but he's not a train wreck. He got that move from Watford to Everton when lots of clubs were looking at him because he's no mug. He was Everton's best player. Now, I'm still not saying, right, that he's going to light up the skies for Tottenham, but I still think he needs a run of games. This season will be the make or break of him. And if he can't kick on this season, I'll agree with everyone else and say, like, get rid of him, get someone else in.
Well, for me, I'm not. I mean, I would ask this question. I'm trying to figure out the striker. If he's saying that he's made the effort, we should be saying that. What is his name? Janssen. I think it was Janssen, wasn't it? That we had.
Yeah, from the Dutch league.
Well, he was a good striker then, wasn't he? He was a good striker then because he was putting his effort in, wasn't he? You know what I mean? Because that's exactly the same that I saw from Richarlison. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry. No, it's true. It's the truth.
Janssen.
I saw more from Janssen than this guy.
Janssen was a yard off the pace of the Premier League.
Yeah, but he
Come
was a
on.
yard off the pace. But
Richarlison
you're saying that he
isn't.
made the effort, though. You're saying that he's made the effort. The fact
Yeah, there's a
is,
lot of people that can
Adrian,
make efforts.
That's true, that's
Adrian,
true.
Adrian, I'm not even asking. Like I said before, right? I'm not saying I want goals from him. I'm not expecting that, but I need a little bit
Janssen was
more.
like a fish out of
Make
water.
yourself a
it's
nuisance
totally
and
different.
show you're making yourself a nuisance.
I
Not
don't
just
think
drop
it's a
on the
fair
floor like
comparison.
a sack of potatoes when someone goes on you straight away. You know what I mean? You
Mm.
know, there are ways and means to make yourself known, and he's not doing it. And the fact that we're defending this,
And
like
the
I
other
said,
thing,
he doesn't need
I'm
to do a
just-
lot.
Look, the other thing also to take in consideration is the fact that, like, hang on, in training and working, all right, he hasn't got another striker like that, unless you're going to put Scarlett in or Parrott in or whatever, or Villas, who's young, right, as well, right? And just picking this team, right? So we should trust in Ange. He's got us 4 points in 2 games, which people would say were very hard games. To me personally, every game in the Premier League is a hard game. Even going away to Bournemouth next is a hard game, right? They're all hard games. That's what the Premier League throws at you, you know? There's no soft options, right? And like, I just feel that Ange has watched these players. He's decided that he wants to go with the front three of Kulu, Richarlison, and Son. And a lot of fans have given all 3 of them flack. They have. Oh, Son's captain now, so he's got to play every game. Well, that is also psychologically a good thing, because when Sonny has been streaky in the past, he goes through phases where he scores a few goals, falls off it, scores a few goals, falls off it, and all that. But you're giving that player that confidence now by picking him as captain, right? So, like, I think that is a positive. It could turn out to be a negative, but I mean, like, I think that is a positive for him doing that. And like, I just think, like, with Richie, he's picked him for a reason. Kulu, I'm a big fan of Kulu. He gives you so much off the ball, even when he's not trying to create a chance. He gives you. He's statistically, he's very good at winning a ball back. He's very good on the ball. He's very good to get off the ball, and you need that. And you need that when other teams pressure you. You need that. I mean, apart from when you're expecting, he's on the left wing. He should put balls in. He should score goals. He should do this. He should do that. You need extra. You need extra from some of your players. Now,
Exactly.
people disagree with what I'm saying. I respect your opinions.
I think it was a mistake to sign him.
Adrian.
I think it was a mistake to sign him. I think it
It
was a
was also
mistake to
a
sign
mistake.
him.
Hold on, guys. Hold on for a second. So if this is Jez, this is Jez's channel. I've double checked. What do you mean? Don't tell me this is another American that thinks he knows about football in North London. Dear God. Right.
That's crap from an Arsenal fan. That's
Yeah, well, I mean, but hold on. But
what are you
Jez
doing in
does shows.
Spurs chat? Just
But
fuck off, man. Just fuck off.
But Jez does shows with a good
American.
friend of the channel, TJ, right? And I've actually been on shows with Jez before. So is it just because it's late
Nah,
for
I think
you?
Jez is what I think. Jez
You on the
is
sauce?
messing about. I think
Or what?
Jez might be messing about. Jez is not that type of guy. I know him. He's a nice bloke, Adrian. Don't worry.
Maybe he's
doesn't
having a
sound
laugh.
like-
Okay, I was about to say, because I was like, you can come on the show. The link is in the chat.
Yeah, why not Jess? Come on.
None of us
Nah,
profess to
man.
be an expert.
If it's you.
We're fans that express opinions. I'm not an expert. I'm no expert. I've watched Spurs play over 60 years. I'm 68 years of age. I watched the double side play. You know, I don't class
Jeez.
myself as an expert. Not at all.
Exactly.
Because football always makes fools of you. It'll always make fools
Exactly,
of you.
bro. Football is an opinionated game, man. There's no right or wrong. Well,
Well, there
there's
are
right
some
or wrong.
rights and there are some wrongs, and then there are some
Yeah,
opinions.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know
that's
what you're
true.
saying.
The right or wrong.
But what I like to
scoreline and
see
stuff like that.
Jimmy gets an expert.
is like a fair assessment. Now, we can't be complaining too much from having 4 points from 2 games, which, like, a lot of even our own fans would expect us to have lost both. You know, we're sitting at 4 points, fourth in the league.
I'm happy.
so,
I'm happy with this. I'm happy with the thing. I'm not disappointed.
No, I give Ange a lot of credit for this.
But I'm not. I'm not this.
He looks like the right fit, doesn't he? He does look like the right fit for us, actually.
I wouldn't go that far. At the moment, I say at the moment, I think it's going okay. But we've seen this before. Like I said, 2 games. There's not a lot to say from 2 games. I've got to be honest. I've got to say you can take the positives, but there is a lot more for me until I'm on this guy at the moment. And he said it himself. This is the thing. This is the thing. It's like I'm not saying what he's not saying. This is the thing. He was asked a question about the fans, and he said, "Why are they going over the top for? I've done nothing. I've done absolutely nothing."
Alex,
That's his words, not my words. By the way,
I agree.
So this is the thing, and this is what the thing, because we did the same thing with Conte. I know certain people didn't like Conte. I didn't like Conte.
He did get his top 4 in his first year.
Everybody was like shouting his name. They were singing the Conte song, yeah, and they've done it before as well. So I'm sorry, I need time with this guy. It's not popping at the moment, yeah.
Can I say something that's a little bit?
And that's when I'll be happy.
I agree with you.
If you're a world-class manager, you should be able to produce an attractive football attacking side. And if you can't do that, you're not a world-class manager, right? Because the football we played under the last 3 managers over 2.5 seasons, whatever it was absolute dross. It was a painful watch. And I'm paying like £65 a ticket to watch that. If I'm going to a show in the West End, I can read the review, know the show's good, know I'm going to be entertained and have a good evening.
You're good, Jess. Right? If it's just a joke, you're good.
With football as fans, we take a gamble. We know that everyone.
I agree with you, Adrian. I 100% agree with you. But the only thing is, now we vision this history. Because I remember people, when we got Mourinho, right, they were celebrating. I was sad when Poch left. People were celebrating. We were fighting over the line. And then when Conte came in, you know, he changed it, got us to the Champions League, right? This is just football, and we got Champions League, right? Everybody was happy. All we're gonna back in this.
Certain people weren't happy, don't worry.
It was all revisionist history.
We were happy. The amount of celebration people did when we
very few people, only one person, supposedly, he wasn't streaming at that time, said he didn't like the hire. Okay, so we got to take his word. But everybody else, the Godfather, speaking Italian, the Don Conte.
Exactly. And they even said that Conte is best ever manager.
And I blame Levy because, right, I agree with you, wrong managers, wrong club. But at that time, you were celebrated, and now everybody wants to. There's a lot of revisionist history. That's all I'm going to say. Right? That's all I'm going to say.
I agree with what you're saying. And the point is, like, we're Tottenham Hotspur. We're a big club, one of the 10th richest clubs in the world or whatever it is. And so, with Levy making one of his usual blunders, right, is the fact that, like, we've got to have, because we're Tottenham Hotspur, we've got to have some superstar game show host type fucking manager, right, that's going to present us. So we go for a Conte or a Mourinho, which were like, and I knew it was going to end badly with them, right? I knew it before it even started. It was going to end a train wreck because they're not order of despair. But they're not as like to dare as to do. They're not those sort of managers. They're egocentric managers, which is all about them and not about a club. And you're coming to my club, right? And you think like you're bigger than my club. Well, you can fuck off.
Yeah, but that's who they've always been. Hold on, but that's who they've always been, and it's not their fault for that. I mean, they were that way before they came to Tottenham, and the person that hired them was Daniel Levy, right?
True, Will. I agree with you entirely. I agree with you entirely. No argument there. But they were the wrong pick, and he fell into that trap. And when Potts got stabbed in the back by Mourinho, because I heard this from people I know at the club, right? Don't know so many now, right? Turned around and said, I can get a bit of tune out of this quad and all this, like, and like Levy fell in the trap and he sacked Poch, who he didn't back in 518 days in the transfer window. Right?
But we as fans, should we be singing any manager's name when we haven't won anything since 2013?
Will, you summed it up perfectly. You summed it up absolutely perfectly.
Watch up the expectations of Spurs fans, because we finished second, third, fourth, right?
I don't. No, I'm not having to go. I'm not having to go to
sixth, seventh, right? And then we finished fourth under Conte and eighth, right?
Yeah, absolutely spot on.
Should have told you something, right?
Should have told absolutely spot on, Adrian. Because the thing is, and I think you just said it perfectly, Will. Why are we shouting and jumping up and down? We've done absolutely nothing with certain managers. Pochettino, I understand it to a point, yeah. But Conte and Mourinho, we were jumping up and down.
We didn't win nothing.
Like Conte, we were making a big deal about him. I said, wait a minute here, he's done nothing, and he looked embarrassed. By the way, whenever
this is what I don't. This is what I don't get. Like, this is what I don't get. Like, I hear there's a lot of people. Like, I love Pochettino, and I always back all of our managers regardless, because I think people overrate a manager's influence on a team.
We all do, though, don't we?
But Pochettino didn't do anything really more other than get us to a Champions League final than Harry Redknapp did. I mean, if you look at the table positions, they were very similar, plus or minus.
Come on, Will. Come on, right? He raised expectations. Before he come in, even under Redknapp and Martin Joel, we were looking up and thinking, oh, can we please get a UEFA Cup place and all this shit? Pochettino, he nailed that, right? He nailed them European spots, and then he got us second, third, and fourth. Right, he got our expectations raised so high. This is why we're having a lot of arguments among our fan base now, which are all well intentioned. Whether I agree with anyone's opinions or not, I respect the fact that they're well intentioned opinions, right? And he raised those expectations, and now and he raised them, and he wasn't back for 518 days in the transfer window. Will, you know?
Yeah, I mean, Redknapp got us in a Champions League 2 out of the 4 years that he was at the club.
Sorry?
He only got Champions League once, Will.
Twice.
I would say this.
Twice.
Adrian, I would say this.
Didier Drogba won the Champions League for Chelsea.
Adrian,
he didn't qualify.
Adrian, I would say this. We like the type of football Edge is bringing in. I like it. But the fact is, in regards to revisionist history, what I'm laughing is that now people are saying, first of all, I said earlier, let's move on about Conte. Why are we talking about Conte? Because the same people that talk about Conte and previous managers, right? They call these guys losers, which I find almost ridiculous. You have guys who have won Champions League, multiple leagues of different leagues, like proven winners. And when the only cup I've seen, Adrian, is the 2008 Carabao Cup. I'm like, I have no right to come and say Conte or Jose or losers. The only thing I can say, it didn't work out.
Hold on a minute.
I agree with you. They were the right fit.
What manager in the world could get a team to a Champions League final with Winks and Sissoko in midfield? Right? Now, what I'm saying is,
we had balls going in off people's bums in extra time. I mean,
no, hold on, but you've got to give Poch kudos for that. You have to. You
can't give Poch credit for a ball bouncing off of Llorente's ass in added time.
Will, I don't agree with the fact that Lucas Morris was left out because Harry Kane would step in front of him. I think that was a wrong decision, but it's also clever to say that and be a hindsight critic after the fact because we lost the game. But I still think
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about getting to the final.
Right. But we weren't. We got to a Champions League final. I mean, like, with the team we had, we barely crawled there. We had so many injuries and shit like that going up to it. And I thought,
exactly. Poch kind of overachieved the same.
Pochettino deserved to be backed. we'll see what he does with Chelsea. Because
Well, all of our managers deserve to be backed, regardless of
Yeah,
what
why
position
not
they get.
Conte? Why not Mourinho? They are proven
Redknapp,
winners.
Conte, do you know what I mean? And even Jose, do you know what I mean?
I mean, Jose wanted Kim Min-jae, he got Joe Roden, right? He wanted Bruno Fernandes, he got Jedson Fernandez, right?
Cup final, buddy.
Tottenham is the
Got
only
sacked a
club-
week before a final.
We are the only club. We are the only club that will call a winner losers. We're the only club that I can think of where we call winners losers because it didn't work out with us, and we all know the reason why it didn't work out with us. We are the only club.
maybe.
Like literally, we have to be the only club that is to say that. And the very fact that people are bringing it up with our last coach, I find it funny because it's just like, all right, you tell us to move on from Harry Kane, right? Move on. You tell us to move on about Pouch. Move on. Then I want people on Twitter and other YouTubers stop talking about Conte. Enjoy Ange. Ange is our coach. Enjoy what Ange is doing right now and celebrate that. Why are we talking about Conte? Why do we want to ruin his legacy by saying now he's not elite? Why are we doing that? Like it makes absolutely no sense to me. And when you speak to people who are non-Spurs fans, I'm in Florida. I'm surrounded by Real Madrid, Barcelona, other Premier League teams, Bayern fans, big melting pot, right? Whenever they mention Jose Conte, they're like, man, Spurs didn't win with them, right? They're not talking about the boring football, right? My mates in Italy, like, gosh, you couldn't win with these guys? Oh man, what's wrong with your club, man? Your club is never gonna get it. That's what other fans, right? Other fans were saying.
But for me, look, this is the thing too. Like, so like even chanting Mauricio Pochettino, he's magic. Magic at what? We didn't win anything. Like I back our managers. I went as Mauricio Pochettino as Halloween in 2016-17, right? So I love the guy, right? And I was extremely upset when he got the sack. I thought he was treated unfairly, but I don't think that we should be saying. I don't think as a fan base we should really be singing anybody's name. We could sing it as like on a match day at the ground, but as fans like outside of the match experience, I don't think we should be singing it, right? Like it's one thing to sing, I love Eric Dyer, Eric Dyer loves me on a match day than it is to do it on a stream after the fact when he's been shit, right? Like you know what I mean? Like there's two different.
Only dumb people do that.
Yeah, with
two different
Potts,
levels.
With Potts though, he did raise expectations.
Sure, he did. Of course,
he improved their league positions and all that.
I agree,
and that was it. And I think he did the best he could with the squad we got. And bearing in mind that, like, we were at that time, which is happening under Ange, fun enough, we were the youngest team in the Premier League at that time, so we were pretty good at the press. The only thing that concerned the press after 2 or 3 years, I don't know the science behind it, but I also have got this suspicion that it leads to injuries. When Poch was at Southampton, they buzzed up to about Christmas time. They didn't have the squad that like more expensive teams or richer, wealthier teams than Spurs had, right? And they started to creep in a few injuries and they fell away. And I looked at us, and if you remember, during that time that Kane got his ankle injuries and Son got a couple on the repress. And then I looked at it and I thought, is there something in this? And then I looked at Klopp under Liverpool, did well and he won things. And then suddenly, through the high press, suddenly their team got loads of injuries. And I was wondering,
it's the amount of running, right? And it's not just straight line running.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
very, you have to change direction a lot at a high speed.
And
that's
also,
very hard on your body.
You got more chance of being tapped around the ankles. And when we had Moussa Dembele, it was absolutely brilliant, right? You couldn't get the ball off him, but he took so many fucking taps on the ankle that you could understand, like,
See, that's why Poch failed at PSG, is because in order for that high pressing system to work, and that's why it was successful with Arteta last year at with Arsenal, the squad has to be young. You can have a squad sprinkled with one or two veterans, but in order to play that high intensity, high pressing thing, the only bodies that can handle it are people under the age of 27.
Exactly.
I absolutely agree, Will. And also, I think like you've got so many pantsy people that think they're bigger than the club they're at PSG, that they think like,
yeah, but Messi can't play a high press game at his age. He just can't do it.
You know what I mean? You had that as well.
Yeah. But we got a guest to bring in from the back. This is his music here. He's getting smacked up today by Manchester City. Everybody's favorite Newcastle fan. Steve's in the house.
In the mud again.
Wow, I'm in the mud. How dare Newcastle lose to the treble winners away from home? How
we don't lose to them. So
at your home ground.
Exactly.
But we did the double on them a year and a half ago. What are you talking about?
Yo, Steve, we beat Man City recently. Let's have it right.
Noah, you're an Arsenal fan. You've lost to you. No. I'm not letting you claim a penalty shootout as a win. You drew
in a charity shield.
You can.
Bro, I've got to claim everything.
They've done the double over you like 8 times. I'm really not trying to hear from you, Noah.
Bro, this is what it is, bro. We got to claim everything we got, man.
Yeah, we lost today. I said we would lose, and we did. I said we were going to be competitive in the game. I don't think going forward necessarily we were great. I think Harvey Barnes improved us in the second half. He kind of stretched the pitch a bit more. But I think defensively, Sarr and Botman were pretty solid. To be honest, our center backs did all right. It was just a moment where Man City caught us out. Man City catching everybody.
It was a good, entertaining game.
Arsenal hasn't beaten Man City in the league since 2015.
Yeah, and even shitty Mike Ashley era Newcastle has a home win at St. James's Park. 1-0. Isaac Hayden winner in 2018.
Yeah. It was a 2-1 win on 21st of December 2015. Was the last time the Arsenal beat City in the league. Yeah, that year they ended up doing the double over them. You beat them at home and away on the 18th of Jan and on the 21st of December.
We beat City every year, by the way. They are like easy business for us here.
At your ground, yeah. At your ground, yeah. Sometimes you even go away to the Etihad.
Well, we beat them at Etihad last season as well.
Oh, you did?
Yes, we
did.
Not
last season, we didn't.
Not last season at the Etihad.
Oh,
no.
The previous season.
I think they came back and won, right?
The previous season, the one where Kulusevski made his debut.
Oh, so 21, 22.
21, 22, yeah.
I do remember you did the double. Yeah, the last time Newcastle beat Man City was 2019, 2-1 win. Matt Ritchie, 80th minute penalty. So 2019, and Noah's going back to 2015. Last time he's looking to beat Man City. So. No, I knew we would lose today. I said 3-2, just because I thought things would be a bit more open. But we kept our shape. We kept our shape relatively well. Some of the tackles that Sarr or some of the interceptions that he picked up when Haaland was going to get through. In
the second half,
yeah,
you look
but I would say, Steve, you guys are not that bad. I think you guys look fine. That like the fact
we just didn't go for it fully, and I would have rather us done that.
Exactly, man. You didn't go for it fully, Steve, man.
I agree. Yeah.
You missed some sitters, man.
There was some. We started up the second half, I think, with like 10 or 15 minutes, maybe not even that much of possession. Kind of where again, Barnes stretched the pitch a bit. Wilson came on and kind of did all right, but it's to be expected. So we'll see. But I thought you guys, I said 4-1 win. I got the win right, not the score, but the guys did pepper them that second half. They are shocking. They are absolutely Shocking.
Exactly. Did you see the fan base? Did you see how they're
No, you rep Minerals Mount. You think that guy is good at football?
Come on, man.
You think he is good at football? You compared him to Johan Cruyff. Johan Cruyff don't put in 0 out of 10s like he did today.
Someone right. Compares him to Mason Mount, man.
Let's talk about Manchester United for a little bit. We've been going on about Spurs. We haven't really gotten into Manchester United.
Manchester
They were
United.
huffing and puffing. Casemiro, I think he's on the other side of that hill, man, because he was huffing and puffing, and Mason Mount was nowhere. Our midfield, I was watching not the Big Six, the other one, and
Football terrorists?
No, not football.
Never.
90 minutes. 90 minutes.
And I mean, they will bring out facts about Manchester United's midfield. And Kaz was even saying in one offseason, Spurs has had a better midfield than United.
Oh, your midfield is.
Yeah, because I mean, Casemiro, great career, but he was huffing and puffing today. Sarr had
you got to do when you play alone in midfield, essentially.
Yeah,
you're on an island.
Well, they say they're SofaScore has them lining up in a 4-2-3-1. So it doesn't. I don't think he was necessarily alone. I just don't think Mason Mount can help him out there.
I mean, it was particular. I guess I'd rephrase it like against Wolves, he was on an island. In this one, it went.
Yeah, or a 4-1-4-1. I think is another way that they were doing it, but Mason Mount didn't seem like he was really pushing forward that much in the first half. He was kind of sitting back and playing as in a double pivot.
He was playing as like double pivot, man. He was just running about, man. He was poor. God, man, but
what's Mason Mount good at? He's not good at anything.
Well, okay, so Mason Mount, when you remember when Frank Lampard brought him through, right? He was really good that season and the next season.
He actually was decent.
And then he's kind of got like in the same story of a Dele Alli, I think, where it was as a youngster, was super hot, really good, and then fell off around the ages of 23 to 25.
Mason Mount isn't Dele Alli at his peak when I was watching.
Was way better than Mason Mount.
Dele Alli, Mason Mount is not 1/5, 1/10 of the player that Dele Alli is.
No, you're good, man. I just saw the American bit, and we get a lot of hate for that, so I didn't realize what you're talking about first. If it's just banter, it's no problem.
Shout out Jazz.
And to be honest with you, I don't get to see a whole lot of the chat, so I just caught that one comment. So
no, but I feel like Man United, they're just not a very good team, to be honest with that.
Exactly.
It's extremely dysfunctional.
Yes,
very
poor. Already turning on
Bissouma was catching fucking bodies today. That
Bissouma landed there, bro.
Physical force of nature, bro. Force of fucking nature.
Yeah, man.
Mason Mount's high Havertz, where it's just the last couple of seasons. First couple of seasons, they were up here and then they went down. Someone in the chat, Scott, Mount is light years better than Ali. Are you talking about now or are they high?
Prime Ali was way more goals than Mason Mount ever did.
Was my favorite player on Spurs. So
now Mason Mount is light years better than Ali, but at the time.
I don't even think so. I don't. I
said Ali was the best.
Right now he is. No, Scott, you're out of your mind.
Scott,
that shit right now.
This is where it gets unreasonable. Yeah, you're smoking pack because there's no way at high pinnacle. Dele Alli everybody was after him. Real Madrid, Manchester United. This guy was my favorite player more than Kane. When Ali came out, dude, that's why I'm heartbroken because his career was like this. Those 2 years, Oh, Dele Ali was Mason Mount
Unplayable.
Yeah, I don't think Mason Mount scored more than 15 goals in the season ever. But let's bring in De La Spurs is in the house, everybody.
What's up, bro?
What's going on?
What's up?
De La Spurs. You gotta mute yourself.
Right, busy. Yo, what's good?
There you go.
Yeah, you doing?
You chopping wood or what? Yeah, we can hear you now.
Only Roney and Michael. That's probably fucking hell. Honestly,
Yeah.
No, I think I would still have Dele Alli at. Okay, so if Newcastle were offered Mount for free or Dele Alli for $5 million, I'd take Dele Alli $5 million.
No, not right now. You wouldn't.
Oh, I would.
No.
Oh, I would.
Nah, not right now. Yeah.
No, man. I'm sorry.
Dele Alli might be able to get revived from Eddie Howe. Maybe. There's nothing to revive in a dead body like Mount.
No.
You can't pump CPR into a dead body or do CPR in a dead body. You're just gonna be kissing something that's dead, and that's kind of weird. So,
Yeah, but still, man, Dele Ali is like, you don't even want to know, bro, how bad he is right now, man.
Oh no, he's not good. But that's literally how bad Mason Mount is. Has there been a Premier League player that's been as poor throughout the 2 weeks?
Yeah, Richarlison.
Charlie,
Oh yeah, Richarlison has been bad.
it's a long way from Starbucks, man. Let's have it right.
Yeah, but you gotta look. So Dele Ali in the 16-17 season had 18 goals
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
7 assists in
Mount
the
was
16-17
never
season.
close to
Mason
that.
Mount
Oh, he
would
was-
lick his face off
Yeah.
to have half of
Never
that.
close to that.
He was
Never.
unbelievable.
Insane,
Dele
man.
Alli those 2 years.
Carry Ali. Carry out.
There's a reason why Real Madrid wanted him for what was it, 90, 80?
In 15-16, he had 10 goals and 9 assists. His first season in the Prem.
Yeah. From MK Dons.
The disrespect.
MK Dons, you know.
Right. And then 17-18 season, he had 9 goals and 10 assists. And that was the beginning of his drop off, right?
18-19 was the
Yeah. 18-19, he went down to 5 goals and only 3 assists, and then it just went worse from there. So
Yeah,
yes.
and Will, we've played 2 games. We play at Brentford, who lost 2 games last season, right? And we get a point, and we beat Man United, who were fancied. We've got a multi-million-pound team that's much more expensive than us, and we got 4 points, and we sit in 4th in the league, right? And what? We're dissing that? We're dissing that?
No, I don't think anybody was dissing that.
No, I enjoyed watching you guys play again today. I enjoyed it.
We're talking about Mason Mount, though, right? And
I
how
like
bad he was.
Mason Mount. No, I like him actually as a player. I liked him as a player.
He was bad today.
Here's the thing for me. You know how people will say things that one of the biggest catchphrases. So have you ever heard this? A week is a long time in football, right? So why are we talking about Mason Mount from 2 years ago if we're saying that a week is a lot of things can change in a week? A lot of things in football. Okay, for example, in a week, Lucas Paqueta was on the verge of making like a 90 million pound move from West Ham to Man City. Now, a week passes. Apparently, there's some betting shit. That move is off, right? That came out of nowhere.
Yeah. So Mason Mount started falling off last season.
Things change in football over a week. Yeah. So 2 years. 2 years.
So, yeah, Mason Mount, the most goals he ever scored in the league was 11, and the most assists he ever had in the league was, I think it was like 8 or something like that. So.
I mean, he's a Champions League winner. Like he was at one point. At one point, he was a
10. Yeah, 10.
Pretty good player.
10 and 10.
Yeah.
He had one double-double season, That was it. Like I said, he started out great. I think he was climbing, going up. Last year, he had a bit of a mare of a season, and then I guess you could blame that maybe on Thomas Tuchel and all the different managers, but he hasn't gotten off to a good foot. 6.7 and a 6.6 performance 2 weeks in a row there for Manchester United, playing kind of in a weird position, playing as almost like in a double pivot, which maybe needs to be playing in more of like a 10. Or even as a wide player. Why can't Mason Mount play on the left instead of what's his name? Gurnamocho or something?
Who cares? As long as they play shit. As long as they play shit against us, who cares?
Yeah.
I mean,
we are a football channel. We're supposed to talk about football in general.
I'm gonna tell you right now why they can't play. Why Mason Mount can't play as a winger. There's no pace and power.
He played as a winger at Chelsea sometimes.
He's not a winger.
He's not a winger.
He's a number 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, number 10 right now, playing as a 6.
He is a quality player, but
I think it's a completely wrong purchase.
There's a difference between is and was, though, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, there is also a difference between players that are good and can enforce themselves on a team, no matter how other teams are doing, and players that look good when they've got good players around them. You could argue the fact that Winks, when he played well against Barcelona and Real Madrid, was it because Winks was really good and Poch calls him his little Iniesta, or was it because we had the players to press so hard in like Rose and Walker in fullbacks, and the rest of the teams pressed so hard that they actually created the space for Winks to look good. Now, I always thought Winks was a very technically good player, but can he do it on his own? And this is when I get to really like players or not. Players that can do it on their own can make things happen. So, I don't know. I don't even know the answer to the question I just asked. I don't think it was as bad as everybody makes out. I don't think Eric Dyer is a terrible player. He's got man of the match awards at Spurs under Potts playing in midfield. And the season before last, he had a very good season. Do I think he's good enough for Spurs? No. I think we're above his level. But I don't think he's a bad player. And I don't like the fact when players were, and it's not just being emo or emotionally, sentimentally attached. I don't like the fact that some of these players get abuse, which they don't deserve.
Oh, yeah. And that's why I'm not saying Mason Mount, I'm not digging into I strictly football, strictly on the pitch.
But there's different tiers too, right? Like, hold on, there's different tiers too, right? If you were to take even Eric Dyer's, like, say, performance, because look, if you're playing in the top 5 leagues in Europe, you're a good player, period, right? You didn't get to be playing as a professional if you're not good, right, at the game in general. But he's not top 6 good, right? As far as top in the expectations of top 6 teams, he's not good. If he was playing for Bournemouth, people would probably say he's good, right?
Probably.
True. Because if you're playing as a centre-back, in my opinion, if you're good, you are a bowler. Ashley Phillips is better than him. The guy's a kid, right? Look at Mickey van der Ven. His 2 performances for Spurs. Fucking brilliant, right? Even Romero, brilliant. And you're looking at proactive defenders that can do things and make things happen or ping a ball. I'd love to tap Sober to come in because he can really ping a ball like Alderweireld used to do, like really good, So like a player like Dyer, it's not proactive, backs away, puts his arms behind his back. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're doing that. But then even that, to me, they say, oh, if you got hit in the arm, it wouldn't be a penalty and all that. But like putting your arms behind your back is not a natural position, is it? It's not. So like you could still concede a penalty from that. And he's slow. He's not proactive. He doesn't like get in. Look, give the free kick away outside the box. Don't back away and let a player slip past you and score a goal. And we've seen it happen too many times.
Yeah, absolutely. What did y'all make of Vicario because I feel
He had a good game today.
I feel vindicated because I told y'all, I said I watched a bit of Empoli last year, probably about 10 games. I'm not saying all of them, but whenever I watched Vicario for Empoli, I was like, this guy makes a wonder save every game. He also makes a save where a left winger cuts in and he's trying to go for that right post, trying to bend it in, and he just full extension, boom, and
Oh, the far post.
that's his trademark.
Yeah, he's a good goal saver. That's the problem. But the problem is there's more to that. There's more to that in the modern game, though. Unfortunately, it's not like it used to be back, 15, 20 years ago, where the only skill you needed as a keeper was really to be just a strong and a good shot stopper. There's a lot more to the game.
I thought it was excellent.
I thought he was yes.
I mean,
he was actually a bit of shot stopper because Lloris in his prime was an extra shot stopper. The question is now when they have teams that really press his feet, I'm not
commanding the box, bringing balls out of the air, stopping crosses.
He can improve in that. I will agree with that. I will definitely agree with that. I think he could do a little bit better with those. I still think he's at a proficient enough level where it's not like, oh my God, he's crap. He needs to. Wow.
I have no qualm about Vicario at all. I mean, I looked at the save he made in the friendly against Barcelona against the Alonso free kick below the bar. I thought that was fucking excellent, right? What I liked against Brentford game, he threw the ball out. He could throw to the halfway line with the ball, which was pretty good. And he made a couple of decent saves, one with down low to his legs and all that shit. And today, when I was watching the game, he made 2 excellent saves. One, he put over the bar, which wasn't the offside. The second one, he did the same, which was also an excellent save, but he wouldn't have known it was offside until the linesman put the flag up again. And I thought, I nudged the guy next to me. I said, we've got a quality goalkeeper.
Yeah.
He'll make mistakes. All goalkeepers make the odd blunder. I thought, we've got a quality goalkeeper. He is not shit. He is better than Forster, right? He's better than what we got. I mean, Whiteman and fucking.
Is that what we wanted? We wanted someone who can do the sweeping job as well and can be a shot stopper.
I think he can. I've seen him do that at Empoli. I think he does need to adjust a little bit.
I haven't seen that at Spurs from him. And I think we got a shot stopper for we have just gotten a shot stopper instead of over another shot stopper. I think that's all. I feel.
Man. Yeah, man.
But all goalkeepers in their skill set, that should be part of the prerequisite of their skill set of being a good shot stopper. What you want from an exceptional goalkeeper when they're in their prime is that they can pull it out of the bag and make these fucking amazing saves. And
but his distribution is not great either.
Over the bar
I disagree. I've seen his distribution be just fine at Empoli. I just think
but that's Empoli. It hasn't been good here, right? And so until it's good here, you can't say it's good, right?
No. What I'm saying is, I've seen him do it before, and I think maybe it'll just take some time to get form a partnership and chemistry with that back line, and then it will improve. Because I've seen him do it before.
I noticed that particularly in the Brentford game when he was coming out and all that, you could see that there wasn't the understanding with the central defenders, which a goalkeeper has to get with, whether it's vocal, whatever, or whether it's the central defender being vocal with the goalkeeper. There wasn't that sort of unison connection.
Yeah,
and there was something a bit better that clicked today with that whole. I mean, we won the game, so without being delusional and think it was through that, I mean, I see something different there. I thought he looked a bit nervy against Brentford.
Oh,
yeah, he was better today.
I didn't see any of that. I didn't see that today. So
there was one instance, but other than that one instance, he was a lot better today. But I got to bring in the next guest, straight off from dropping bombs in Munich. Welcome to the show, everybody's favorite striker, Dietrich Kane.
What position did you play yesterday, Harry, by the way? I was very fucking confused. Attacking midfielder.
Cam
Attacking
and striker.
midfielder.
Yeah, he was playing
Yeah,
attacking mid.
Oh wow.
I swear to God, Tuchel is getting sacked. He's not surviving this season. There is.
Was he playing
absolutely-
attacking mid or was he playing like a false nine?
He was playing like
He made Harry
false-
Kane a false
No, he was playing like
false
three
nine.
positions.
False
Three
nine.
positions.
All 4 of Bayern's goals.
Was
were
there somebody
moments
playing in front of him?
brilliance.
No. He was in the striker position,
Musiala was
but
the
he was
attack-
dropping big, deep.
Yeah, so he's playing a false nine. But
But can I just say something about Vicario quickly?
sure.
Thank you.
I said it from the start, and even I think Will can agree. I said it. Vicario is a quality keeper,
Yes.
but I don't care about like you have to be good with distribution. You have to be good with this. You have to be good at your job first, which is stopping the ball. And is he good at it? Yes.
Yes, he's very
So
good.
I
the other
disagree.
stuffs, no. That is the
He's a good
no,
shot stopper. You can't deny
It's
that.
like a defender. Oh, he's good on the ball. Oh, he's fast. But can he defend?
That one I
That's
agree.
the question. Do your job first, and then you can master the rest. If you look at Onana, for example, he's good on the ball. He commands the box, but he's not a good shot stopper.
No.
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 Dietrich's-
You can't
No.
base it off of this game. This is
a good
No,
shot.
no,
a
no.
good example.
No,
seen
I'm
him
talking about
perform.
no. I'm talking about in general. When he was at Ajax, was he a good shot stopper? No, he wasn't the best. When he was at
I wasn't
Milan,
the best, but at
at
Inter, he
Milan, last
up and
at Inter
improved.
last year he was good. But the year when he came,
Yeah,
He was
he it wasn't his
Yeah.
best, but I've still seen from Onana. He's a top goalkeeper.
no, he's a
Yeah,
top
man.
goalkeeper. But
Onana's
if I
been
talk
very
about,
positively named.
but I'm
Yeah,
just
some of
talking
the
about
I rate,
shots.
passes he was
I
doing
rate-
today were quality.
I rate
That
like
one outball over to
It's like
You're
Ederson.
getting mudded,
I think it
Dietrich.
No,
I
it's
think it
fine.
was
But
over
it's like
this. Oh, sorry.
no, but it's like Ederson. Like when I watch him, like he's good on the ball, but is he like Lloris, like a cat reflexes? Can you?
But even
can
even
you count on
Allison
him?
isn't that good of a shot stopper, right?
Yeah.
But Allison's
No, but-
considered great because of his entire game. There's more. I'm sorry, but there are more attributes to a game. If you're a good finisher, but you have a horrible first touch, and so you never get the opportunity to make a good shot, it doesn't matter
but
how
that's
good of a
different.
shot you've got.
No, but that's different. I'm just
It's
talking
not
about
different.
goalkeeper. No, I'm talking about goalkeeper.
not.
The first thing, can you stop the ball? That's all I care. The rest
That is an important aspect, obviously, but you don't
Yeah.
have to make as many saves if you're stronger in your box. If you come out and you catch more balls, if you keep more crosses, you face less shots.
Not
Right?
technically.
So yes,
Not tec-
technically.
No, because if you look at today, they didn't cross the ball that much. No, they did cross the ball, but even if he came out of the box, where was the defense?
No, today wasn't that type of game. I'm not saying he has to play that way today. That's not my point. I'm talking about in general over a course of a season, right? Allison doesn't have to face as many shots on goal because he comes out and claims balls in the box before the defense gets a shot.
Same
Right.
thing with Ederson.
Right. Ederson's not that great of a shot stopper either. Like if you're gonna have Lloris or Ederson in goal for a yeah, really. Ederson
No, he's
or
not good.
Lloris in goal for a penalty shootout. I'm picking Lloris 10 out of 10 times.
Okay, for
Because that's in a penalty shootout, the thing that's important is shot stopping. That's it. There's no other aspect of the game that's
That's
important.
why I think you guys would get to a cup final this year. By the way,
So like even Vicario is great. Like if I'm gonna go Vicario or Rhea for a penalty shootout, I'm gonna go with Vicario. Right, but Rhea over a season playing multiple different opponents is going to have things that access it. Even the ball in transition, those balls going deep and playing long into people in midfield to get the transition started and going and moving. I mean, Rhea is like one of the only goalkeepers I think last season that even had assists.
But you see, those things are. I know they're like. I wish we had these in Vicario, but for me, the main issue is not that. The main issue is like if the defense and the midfield can stop the fucking long balls and like separating everything, like what they did with Onana to what's his name, Garnacho.
yeah, that ball in the first half.
Yeah, that shouldn't happen. If you're good,
Wonderful.
if you know your assignment as a defender, that shouldn't happen.
Yeah, but I want to show you guys something too real quick because we're going on about 2.5 hours here. We're probably going to ramp this puppy down in another 15, 20 minutes. And so I want to go over this real quick. And this is the player ratings for the season so far for Tottenham Hotspur.
Can I just say one thing quick? It's pretty sad that none of our strikers have scored in 2 games. That's pretty pathetic.
I mean, did anybody really have any chances today?
I don't-
Son
I don't-
probably had the most, and
Son-
he only had 2 shots. So
Before
Charleston didn't
you-
have a single shot on goal.
I'm not trying to diss Son, but before you find an excuse once again, where he had the chance to shoot 3 times and didn't take it, and then he got blocked.
When did he have a chance to shoot 3 times and didn't take it?
No, he took it, but like it was blocked the 3rd time. Do you remember when he
So
passed
it's
around?
blocked.
And
What?
the-
You
No,
can't
no,
blame
no.
Block.
No,
Whoa,
but
whoa,
he
whoa,
should have.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Dietrich, you can't blame him if it gets blocked because he
No,
attempted
no,
to shoot.
no. I'm just saying, like, instead of every time hesitating, well, let's skip.
No,
it
he's
this
trying
way.
to find the space so it doesn't get blocked. Like there was that one time where you ran
No,
across the
but-
face of ran across the face of the 18-bar box. He stuttered 3 times. That's because he was getting ready to shoot. A defender he didn't have an angle or space, so he took the ball again to another spot.
no
When he
fucking
finally
3
found
times.
space, he put it through and it got blocked.
But
Like
not
you
started
can't
3 times.
blame a guy coming across the face of goal and having to find the half of yard of space in order to get a shot off. You can't just
No,
shoot
but
it for no reason.
No, but you started once and then you take a shot, man. Like not freaking 3 times. Come
Why
on.
not? If that's what you have to do in order to
No,
get the
no,
space to
no.
get the shot off, yes, you do it 3 times.
No, come on. No. Kane would never take 3.
What are you
Kane would
talking
never.
about?
Kane would never do that.
Yeah,
Kane
I'm
would.
sorry.
I'm
Kane
so
gets
confused.
most of his
I'm
shots
so-
blocked.
I'm so confused.
Dietrich,
No,
Kane takes 2 to 3 times the amount of shots Son takes, and 2 to 3 times more are blocked because Kane doesn't do that.
I'm just
That's
saying
the
this,
point.
man.
Taking
I'm
a
just
shot just with a guy standing right in front of you is dumb. It's
Yeah,
not
you want to
smart.
create separation.
No,
That's
but
one
he
of-
created.
That's
No,
one of-
no.
100%.
But- no,
This is
no.
Adam Phillips is 100% right here. Kane would have taken the shot first time and got blocked.
No. But do you remember the time when he separated between Varane and Martinez? Should have taken that shot at the moment, but he won once again.
This second
That's
half,
the-
right?
Yeah, second half.
I think I do remember. Okay, maybe I give you.
I'm not saying I'm gonna blame like I'm just gonna say yeah he was shit. I'm just saying in that moment when he took the first separation, it was a small window to take the shot and he didn't take it. That's all I'm saying.
There may have been an instance of that, but the majority of his opportunities today were not like that. And
No,
he was
no.
the main creator today. Created more key passes than any other player on the pitch.
I never say he was
He was
shit. I'm
trying to
just
feed Will. He was trying to feed Richarlison, right? A lot.
Yeah, I mean he had 4 key passes today.
no, he played. He was good creating, but can
He
prove one of our weakest.
Doji also first half for something. Good
Yeah,
old
Doji, I think he put a ball across into that. I think Kulusevski took a whiff at. Remember, and he took a little.
Yeah, that left side
Single
was
first
cooking
shot.
in the first half.
But
That left side was cooking.
just going over these real quick. We got James Madison has been the best player of the season so far. You got Pape Matasar and Yves Bissouma, kind of tied. Those are the average of the 2 performances. He was better on the first day of the season than he was today. But Pape Matasar and him are sitting at a 7.8. Vicario sitting at a 7.8 as well.
Yeah, man,
Christian
Vicario-
Romero
Vicario's
sitting at a
gonna get better with
7.5.
age. I do agree.
And then, Heung-min Son sitting as the 6th best player in the season so far with a 7.3, which is about 20 points up, 20 tenths of a point higher than last season on average. Mickey van der Ven has been the 7th
great
best
math.
player.
Can I just say he's not getting his flowers, Pedro Porro. He was freaking
I thought,
good today.
oh,
Yeah, I thought
He
he was
was
good decision.
freaking
You're
good.
Man, he
I
bullied.
think going
He's
over,
not
man.
getting. He was not getting his flowers, but he was better than Emerson.
Decent.
Yeah, way better than Emerson.
Yeah.
We got
Well,
Mickey
higher-
van der Ven. We got Mickey van der Ven at 7.15 so far on average. He's been decent, good. It's a decent set of numbers for him. Pedro Porro 7.10, Emerson Royale 7.0, Davidson Sanchez 7.0, Dejan Kulusevski 7.0.
He is the worst striker, worst winger I've ever seen.
Ivan Perisic, well, no, because he's better than Ivan Perisic, 6.95. Ben Davies 6.9. Guillermo Højbjerg 6.9, Udoji 6.85. A little bit of a disappointing performance today. I thought much better the first day. Manor Solomon, who apparently is brilliant, 6.7. And then Richarlison and Oliver Skip are sitting at the bottom of the table. Richarlison with an average performance of 6.5, playing 2 full games for the most part.
Bless you.
6.4 today, and I think it's 6.6 on the first day, so that averages out to 6.5.
Destiny had a 6.85. I thought he was good today.
Yeah,
He was good.
Bullied Anthony.
Yeah, he was really.
Today he struggled a lot in that first half. Udoji did. He gave the ball away, I think, quite a bit. If I'm looking at the lineups here,
Will, I think you'd agree. He grew into.
Yeah, he grew into the game for sure. Well, the whole team kind of grew into the game, but I wish they would separate these statistics for first and second half. That would be really nice. SofaScore, if you're watching, do me a favor and do that. Let me see.
They are.
Bless you.
They
But you
are
got
watching.
clearances 3 for 1, tackles 1, ground duels. See, he struggled a lot in the ground duels in the first half. I think most of his ground duels he won in the first half for that. Lost the ball 14 times out of how many touches? Only 55 touches. That's pretty high.
Bless you.
And then I hate it when it reloads on me like that. I mean, he got a 6.5 today. Last week, I think he was like a 7 point something. And he had that one big chance missed. So,
Yeah.
Well, I thought going forward he was freaking good.
Do you
That's
feel
me.
optimistic
He's talented.
about
He has a lot of
OG,
skill.
Will? Do you feel optimistic about him?
yeah, no, I like Udoji. I think today's type of performance, like why he didn't do anything bad. Like he didn't get dribbled past. He didn't make any errors.
Give the ball away.
He gave the ball away a little bit in the first half,
kid.
but still, even then, passing percentage 88%, right? All that good stuff. 1 key pass. I mean, decent stuff, and I think most of that stuff came in the second half. He had 2 shots here, or 1 shot here, and that's the one that was a big chance missed. It was just inside the 6-yard box. Then we've got Yves Bissouma I thought was really good today as well. He's been a great player so far this season.
How good is
again.
he? How good is he on the turn? Every time he got the ball on his feet, when he just tried to turn, he just had all the players on skates. They couldn't keep up with him.
Yeah, even Højbjerg was trying to be like him today and doing some.
Exactly, he gave the ball away. We almost could have won the game because of Højbjerg.
There's one criticism I'll give to Bissouma.
Yves Saint Laurent is sensational, man. Let's have it right, man.
There's one criticism I'll give him. I wish he could be a bit quicker when his passes. I think he stalls a bit too much. I think if he gave a ball like quick, I think it'll be better. But other than that, he's fantastic.
Yeah.
I think he's just so
faster
good with the ball on his feet. I think he probably feels like he can just run through everyone. So it's too late to pass. At that point, when he tries to take somebody on, I think you saw it also. I remember in the second half, he was trying to showboat a little bit, doing some step overs, but then, just got the ball ticked off of him. But, I mean, yeah, when he's on the turn, he pivots. He's looked like one of the best at it.
Sarr and Bissouma bullied the shit out of Casemiro. Oh my days.
Sarr was a boss too defensively. He had a lot of recoveries, a lot of tackles, a lot of interceptions.
Bruno Fernandes had like that one sequence where he had a sick pass and then a Rabona pass, and then after that, nothing.
I think the only thing that I would say, if I could be just even a tiny bit constructively critical of Pape Sarr, I'd like to see more from him in the passing area, right? A little bit more of in the creativity aspect of his game improve a little bit. But as far as his box to box and defensive work, and even dribbling and being on the ball and pushing pushing forward in his runs, I think he's doing really well. I just like to see a little bit more creativity out of him, but I mean that's if I'm being super picky, right?
But did you see when he scored, he became more creative and more like
yeah. Well, of course, it gives you confidence, especially when you're young. He's 20 years old, right? So
yeah, when he scored, like that's when like he took it to another level.
Yeah, no, this kid is good, bro. Wow.
But this guy, I wish he continues to be this man because you saw what he did to Varane.
Bro, you
I
gotta
know he has that in his locker. He just needs to do it more.
play son of Pop. I know they're
Yeah.
gonna persist with Richarlison, but
3 for 5 on his dribbles, 8 for 6 in his ground duel. Son did really good, I thought, tracking back today. Had 2 clearances, 1 interception, 1 tackle. Drew a couple of important fouls.
he was decent today.
Um,
He did draw a foul.
Several block shots, 1 big chance created, 4 key passes. Passing accuracy, there's a couple of passes that were wayward, but I mean, when you're crossing a lot of balls in, it's gonna happen. So, but for me, it was a good performance to Son. I wouldn't say it would have been great, but it was a solid performance, I would say.
Yeah.
And James Madison again today with another solid performance. 2 key passes.
First half he
was on the
wasn't
ball a
there.
little bit better. 8 for 3 in his crosses, 6 for 5 in his long balls, which is really good. 2 for 2 in his dribble attempts, 8 for 5 in his ground duels. Just worked hard all over the pitch, man. Just getting stuck in, tackles. He did get dribbled past once. I thought he started off a little slow, but I think
he was slow.
I think he was the one who kind of started the momentum shift in like the 35th, 36th minute. It was him who kind of buckled it up and changed the momentum a little bit, and then the rest of the team kind of followed him along with it.
I hope he's not injured because he came out with the
apparently he came off
crutches.
out of the game with crutches.
What?
Yeah.
Crutches.
Kulu had a hard time getting on the ball today. Only 33 touches. That might be some of the reasons to do that. 1 for 1 in his crosses, 1 key pass, 2 shots on target.
This guy's on fraud alert. He is not
Didn't
good.
give the ball away a whole lot. Didn't do very much defensively, ground duel wise, or aerial duels.
He
And
tries. He
But
tries.
he worked hard today.
Well, Steve, there's a difference between trying and just like being an idiot. He's just not good, bro.
Yeah, I'm not.
He's
I'm
better than
not
Solomon,
sold.
man. I'm sorry, but he's better than Solomon.
What do I rate Solomon?
No, I'm
The
sorry.
issue is that Solomon is what his positive is what Kulusevski is. What my criticism is of him is that he just doesn't. It just doesn't seem like he has that
What's the
mentality
difference
to try to
between
beat a
Kulusevski-
man to get around him. But I think he's good on the ball, so I think he can compensate if he can.
He's
move
not
the
even
ball
good
up
on
and
the
find
ball.
a pass, then I think that's fine. But I mean, yeah, Solomon didn't do anything today, but I mean, he had that fancy move to get around 2 defenders on the
And he came out the 85 minutes.
right,
he only
right
had a
around the
few
half line, and then he got around them, and I think that was it. Like that was the only
But
thing
But
he
he had
did.
like a few. Yeah.
But even De La Spurs, you say he's good on the ball. He's not even good. He can't
It was
cross.
and
he
it was
can't
earlier
shoot.
than the 85th. He was the first sub to come on.
No, he wasn't the first.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
Well, I
Okay,
think
but
if
the-
if
No, I
Kulusevski
think-
gets space, he's a good crosser, but that's the thing. He can't really create his own space, so it has to be that he gets.
Manor Solomon
Yes.
was the last sub. Will
Yeah, he was the last sub. What the
on
fuck
the
are you talking about?
88th minute. Who came on? Oh, it's Perisic that came on.
Ben Davies
Ben
came on
Davis and Perisic.
Davies,
Yeah.
Perisic 70
My bad,
minutes.
you're right.
Højbjerg 76, and then Royale Solomon 88. Now you
Yeah, they had like 6 minutes to play.
No, there was 9 added minutes, so he had 11 minutes to play.
Yeah, which is
See,
nothing.
12.
It's nothing.
1 for 1
I
on
would
his
give
dribble
him the
attempts. He only
start.
touched the ball 9 times. Yeah, so he didn't have a whole lot to do.
You gotta think about Will. You gotta think about the situation of the game, though. You gotta think about like you were 2-0 up. We all knew.
I don't
And
think the
United-
situation. I'm sorry, but there is nothing he has done all season, not even in preseason, that tells me that he's going to even put in a 7.0 performance on SofaScore, even if he started
only-
from minute 1.
I think one thing, Steve, if I'm not mistaken, maybe you're trying to defend him this way, but I think he fits more Postecoglou's system in terms of beating his man and like
been
having
watching
pace.
that shotgun, bro. Like that is
Like-
he is a very good player.
He's good, but like I'm talking about end product, he's not the best. But cutting in and shooting, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work.
I like him more as the left. I like him more off the left.
Would you know what? He would be good as a false 9 too.
Yeah, I've never seen him do it.
Why
but
didn't
that's-
somebody tell me there was somebody sitting back there?
I think Solomon's gonna contribute.
You're in trouble, Dietrich.
Oh, it's Stelios.
No,
No,
it's
it's not
C.
Stelios.
CQ.
The Dark Knight
could
is
it be?
rising. Coming into mod, the one Rogan, Dietrich Kane. The Joker.
What's happening?
The Batman is here.
Oh.
CQ.
Oh. Of course.
Big ups.
What's up?
Dietrich's Bayern Kane.
No, he had 1 goal, 1 assist. Okay.
Say fire.
Did you? I'm surprised you watched the Spurs game, Dietrich. I thought. Did you only? I thought you were gonna watch the Bayern game. I didn't realize that you still watch Spurs.
I watch Spurs, but you know one thing that ever since he left, I don't get annoyed. I
You don't.
don't get annoyed.
You don't get annoyed with him.
No, I don't get annoyed about him. I don't even get annoyed with even if we lose, I'll just say okay, it's another day.
Another day, another dollar.
So sounds like someone who's no longer a Spurs fan. Sounds like somebody who just snuck into the luggage of Harry Kane over.
I wasn't
to
the luggage. I was
Bayern.
at the meeting. I was at the meeting. I need to
He
think.
is at the meeting.
Yeah, you know, I just
No,
I
I
also
agree,
noticed.
Bryce, but I'm basing it off preseason as well.
I've also noticed that a few others are just hiding. I don't know where English Dan has gone, but you know he's been hiding, hasn't come on ever since Richie has been.
No, see. Do you know what's funny?
You were
I was on
Charleston.
his stream. I put a message saying Richarlison is garbage, and he agreed. He actually agreed.
Just made me choke on my water.
He said he's not good. He said he's not good to start.
He's an
said that.
Everton quality player, aka
Honestly.
battling for relegation. That's his level.
I'd have to go look at his goals for Everton. I'd be willing to bet they were against bottom half table sides. Like I think he'll probably score. Watch, he'll score 2 goals against Bournemouth next weekend. Watch.
But
he
did score
He's
against
never scored, even
never
as
been a
like, the
prolific.
main guy. He's never
Yeah.
scored more than like what is it,
Honestly.
12 or 13
13
goals in a
13 in the
season?
league in a single season.
Yeah,
in Brazil.
13 goals in the league in the season. And there were times in the last years that he's been in the league that he scored less than 10. Like there was he had 8 goals and stuff. I was like, and this is our main striker right now.
This is trash.
Do it, Bryce. Do it.
This is trash. I'm sorry.
So
Donna calling
Manor
in with another
Solomon,
super chat. Mr. Adrian, are you single? Who's Adrian? Adrian's gone, man. He bounced out. Big up to Adrian for staying up late with us. So,
I was gonna say Manor Solomon. I think he's a little bit like Lucas Moura.
No, not for me at all.
100%.
He's kind of got Lucas Moura
100%.
vibes of being like
100%.
kind of fast,
No.
you know, being a decent dribbler,
Said that on his debut.
kind of you being able to sort of maneuver through, guys, opposition players sometimes, but
Yeah.
I haven't seen a lot of end
All
product.
skill, no end product. 100%.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of end product from him yet. I'm reserving judgment, but in overall, but he hasn't shown anything yet, and definitely not to take Sonny's spot, which I've seen other people say. I got
wanna
into
see
somebody on Twitter talking about how Manor Solomon's amazing and he's gonna, and Son should be benched for him. I was like, you gotta be kidding me! Just no.
Somebody was earlier on making a comment that Manor Solomon is a fast player. His top speed is only 26.4 kilometer per hour. That's quite bad actually for a player.
Yeah, but wait. Before you mention that stat, is it on the ball, off the ball? Because some people on the ball, they're
Oh my
pretty
God,
fucking
Messi.
fast, man.
Oh my
That's
God.
just his speed, basically. I don't know.
Somebody else.
Listen, he's
Very
got
massive.
fancy
Yeah.
feet, but I
No,
don't
it's
think
top
I think
speed.
that's
It's
off
just the
the
top
ball.
speed that they on the ball or off the ball doesn't matter. You're faster off the ball than you are on the ball, and Manor Solomon is not faster on the ball than anybody. I'm sorry.
No, but if it's
Yeah.
20 miles, no, but if it's 20 miles on the ball, that's pretty fucking fast, man.
26.4 kilometers, not miles.
Or 20 kilometers on the ball. That's pretty fast.
No, that's not.
Son's
That's
34
not-
on the ball.
34. The good strikers are
That's
like
fast.
34.
Yeah.
Okay, I go. Well, I get
Alphonso
smoked.
Davies for that assist for Harry Kane.
Yeah, Alphonso
he's
Davies is
slower than-
36 kilometers
Yeah,
per hour on
Alphonso
the ball.
Davies,
That's fast.
Alphonso
20.
Davies is a joke.
Okay, but 20, I get smoked with people who are doing 20 kilometers.
For you, Donna Cohen, if you got the cash, I'm single.
Have you guys seen
Mr.
Jude
William
Bellingham?
is single if you got the cash. Mr.
Yes,
Donna Cohen.
Bellingham was fantastic today.
Oh my goodness.
I need me a cougar. I need me a cougar.
Oh my goodness.
Sugar mama.
Will, you cougar poacher.
Hey,
Oh,
a
goodness.
guy's got to do what a guy's got to do.
Yeah.
How old is Donna Cullen? Is she even that old?
She's in her 50s, I'm sure.
60s at least, Will, I think.
That's
Donna
like
Cullen.
barely.
Oh,
I
that's a
mean,
nice save.
That's cougar. Yeah.
Yeah, cougar's like 40 plus.
oh.
Well, if you are 40 plus, then that's not a cougar for you.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying. That's the point.
Cougars aren't based off of the age difference between the person they're meeting.
Yeah.
A cougar is
Like
based
a
off their
grandpa.
age.
A 90-year-old could get with a cougar.
Yeah.
Just
I'm
because
sorry.
he's
It's
older
just
than
a
her, don't
single,
make it
like a divorced woman,
no
middle-aged
matter
woman
if
is a cougar.
fucking 20-year-old idiot got with a cougar. It's still a
No,
cougar.
a cougar is a woman that's like older, but she like goes for younger men. That's like the
Yeah.
definition. It has to be a
I
younger man
guess.
or a
Yeah, you're
woman,
probably right.
whatever. Has to be a younger man.
Because that separates cougar from MILF.
No.
MILF is if you're a
MILF
mom.
Is a guy's thing, yeah.
Can I ask
Look
a
at us,
question?
man.
How
Look at
much?
us.
Yeah, no,
Oh
a
my
cougar. No, okay. Well, I guess it says a woman in her 30s or 40s who actively pursues casual relationships with young men.
Yeah, that's what I say. Younger men. That's what I mean.
Basically a sugar mommy, right?
Oh. Here's a circumstance where a 90-year-old could get with a former cougar. Like let's say the cougar in question was with 7 guys in the past who are like 20, and then goes for a 90-year-old. So a former cougar. You know what I'm saying?
Let's see. How old is Donna Cullen?
Who cares about her, bro?
Curious.
I was just curious.
She's so shit at her job, honestly. All of your
I was just so curious.
Donna Marie Cullen.
she's so trash at her job, honestly. All of your hierarchy.
She's 60
outside
years.
of
She was born in
business.
April 1963. She's 60 years.
So she's a cougar then for me.
Yeah,
So
sure.
she's a year younger than Daniel Levy. Yep.
Yeah, 100%.
Newcastle played well.
She looks pretty good for a
I watched
60-year-old, I do gotta admit.
That's Botox.
Does she?
Yeah.
You
For
thought we did
60-year-old?
all right against Man City?
Put that super chat up. I just want to see.
I think you guys played well against City. You guys were
defended well for large.
you guys played well. I think that I think City definitely deserved it, and they were the better team on the pitch. But I think that you guys were a little bit unlucky to not be finishing your chances and be able to score at least one goal.
Chance that Almiron had, he was running in the goddamn.
Yeah, you guys should have scored.
Trippier was making that overlapping run.
Yeah.
No one was marking him. That
Yeah,
was
especially in the second half. Especially in the second half, you guys
Harvey Barnes.
you guys were unlucky to not be able to score a goal during
Harvey
that.
Barnes stretched the pitch.
Yeah.
Stretch the pitch. And
You guys
I think
were-
personally, I think you guys are the second. I think you guys are the second best team in the league.
I'd probably agree. And
Yeah,
Brighton-
I think you guys are the second best. But the problem is that City is like just so much levels above
They're
everybody.
gonna win the league by 10+ points.
Yeah,
No,
all you
that's-
gooners out there, and I know Minerals is on. I don't know if he's listening or not though. But you guys saying that you're gonna win the league? No. You're not winning the league.
Yeah,
You see
City
how
is better than
see
you
how
guys.
Foden just Kevin De Bruyne is out. You just see how they just slotted Foden in perfectly, and it's just As if nothing happened.
And Vardiol needed no time to settle in. Like he's just like he fit right in there. I was just like, oh,
it's insane.
And everybody's gassing up Rice, Potato, but Vardiol is the signing of the summer for the league. Vardiol is the signing.
I think it's Madison.
No.
I think it's gonna be Madison. Honestly.
I think Madison's gonna bang for you guys, defo, but you guys ain't gonna win shit. I think you're gonna lose an FA Cup battle to Chelsea. So.
You were not going to win anything. It's not the signing.
Steve, the only way Newcastle could win the league if you guys buy a top center back and maybe find a right winger.
You could use some center back depth. I agree. Probably. I still don't. I don't even think if we sign a top center back, I don't care.
Isaac, you know,
we ain't winning the league.
Isaac should have done better. You know.
Yeah, I agree.
He was a little disappointing. Like
he received the ball in not so great areas. He just kind of played himself into dead patches. Really.
Yeah, he should have done better. But
that's how Man City defended.
Yeah.
Wait, Elias, you think Amanda Stavely?
Yeah, Amanda Stavely is much more good looking than Donna Cullen.
Oh, sure. Oh, no.
I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know who Amanda is.
She's one of the Newcastle's board members, I think, or something.
You're probably.
I don't know. I'm not
probably
paying
don't
attention.
recognize her face, but then if you saw a picture of her, you'd be like, "Oh, I think I've seen."
I've seen Amanda Stavely before. Let me find her.
Yeah.
On Tinder.
But anyways, I did kind of come on to talk to Steve about Newcastle v City, actually a little bit, which is because.
We got 4 minutes. You got 4 minutes to do it. So
yeah, no, because I watched that game, and that was probably the most entertaining.
Mari's
game
already falling asleep down there in the bottom.
The past, like just so far,
Just burned himself. Set himself on fire.
That was the most entertaining game for me.
What are you doing down there, Mari?
He's watching Nashville, Inter Miami. Drake Callender just made a big
I am
save.
too.
I thought he dropped something hot on himself at first.
This kid, Drake Callender. This dude needs to get out to Europe.
Get that trophy for Messi. Get that trophy.
Drake Callender. Yo, Mari, do you agree with me? Drake Callender needs to get his ass to Europe.
Yeah,
he needs to get his ass out to Europe. That guy's very.
Mari is so happy, like his dream came true. Messi going to Inter Miami, like his dream.
No, Orlando would have been better than Miami for
Steve,
that's true.
About?
But still,
I'm shameless. Like
close enough. Close enough.
It's Miami, baby.
Are you driving down there to watch him play?
Oh yeah, I'm going to see him in September. I'm going to go to the game when they come up here to Orlando.
Steve,
but am I right, Mari? Close enough.
By the way, that's the Newcastle lady.
Nobody cares.
Yeah,
and
nobody
she's a lot
cares.
younger than Donna Cullen too.
Mari,
No,
you're
I
better
know.
than me
It's like
because
40.
they're playing in Nashville right now, like
Yeah.
right in my backyard. But I was not willing to pay the $500, $600 for those tickets. It's
agree
too
with
much
you,
of a
bro.
setback.
I agree with you.
Prices 600.
Okay,
Steve.
she's younger. She's 50. She's 50.
But
Okay,
if you
so-
want
It's
it,
10
go
years.
ahead and do it. 'Cause that's every game he's at.
Come on.
It's 500, 600.
I
We're
think
district.
we played a good game. I said it on the watch along earlier. I
Oh.
thought we played a good game, but I think people are getting a little bit ahead of themselves. Like they always do. Our fans are always getting way ahead of themselves. We played a good game.
Yeah.
That's it. It's not like
did.
it's amazing. It's not like we're gonna win
You
something
beat
now.
a, you beat
It's
a
not,
really crap team. That's
we
overrated.
played a good game. That's
Good
all.
work.
Yeah, like good work. Put
Yeah.
it in.
Makes me
Put in a
happy
good
to see
game.
Man United suffer.
Yeah, that was
Doesn't the
that was it.
Newcastle owner look like the wife from Breaking Bad a little bit?
I got no idea.
Newcastle owner
I
look
don't
like
watch
who?
Breaking Bad.
The wife from
Said,
Breaking Bad.
Amanda Stavely?
Yes. Yes.
Amanda Stavely.
Kamal Miller.
No, she's
What a-
not the
what a
owner.
good
She's
center
Yes.
much more like a board
No,
member
no.
or something.
center back.
She
Kamal
looks
Miller.
like the wife from Breaking Bad, dude.
I haven't watched
I
that.
haven't watched Breaking Bad. I don't watch TV. I watch football.
Yeah, but she's kind of hot actually. At
She's
least.
kind of hot. Elias, you got some crazy taste in women. I can't lie.
She's not a bad looking lady. I mean, she's
People-
not like gorgeous, but she's an attractive lady.
Crazy. That's
Yeah.
Try
The other
calling.
one that I like is the Chelsea one. That lady who used to work with Roman. What's her name?
Marina Granovskaya or whatever.
Yeah, she was hot. She was really hot.
Elias trying to extend his dating pool to the executives of football clubs.
Wrong direction.
Yeah, just look at her. She is hot. Like,
what the fuck?
Elias, somebody pour a glass of cold water on him. All right.
Oh my god.
All right, I think this show's gone off the rails officially. It's time to end this puppy. CQ, when will you be streaming next?
I don't know. Just
What?
when I feel like popping up.
You feel like it?
Yeah.
Feel like
when I
popping
feel-
up? That's
when
what
I
he
feel like-
said.
What's your YouTube?
minerals. Dude, does the Arsenal
Elias, we're not doing that anymore. We're doing outros now. Elias, when's the next time you're streaming?
Yeah, I'm gonna start streaming again after my break now. Sometime tomorrow, probably. Yeah, I'll be doing one stream to start doing shows again. Looking forward to that. Yep.
Good deal.
Step Up Spurs.
Everybody hit at Step Up Spurs on that. Steve, licking your wounds. When's your next stream? Where will people find you at? You got anything coming up this week?
I don't know if I'm doing a watch along tomorrow on my channel, Strasbourg Steve, but I did do Bayer Leverkusen Leipzig today. That was fun. That was
Good game. Good game. That was a
game.
good game.
Oh, bro, Kusunu for me, man of the match for
Yeah. Even Florian Wirtz.
Unreal performance.
Yeah, man. Boniface as well, Steve.
Yeah.
Florian Wirtz, he's incredible.
Tatsoba, Jonathan Ta, and Kusunu were terrific for Leverkusen. But
Who
yeah,
else have a channel
I'll be
here?
streaming. Probably, I might do a watch along
Steve.
tomorrow. For,
Yeah, Steve. Other than Steve, anybody else got a channel here?
Nope.
Okay. Petrix, when are you starting your Bayern Munich channel?
When are we playing? Let me get check.
Never.
Oh man.
No, next game.
You guys, you gotta
when
get
are
together.
Bayern playing again? I thought you said when are
Yeah.
we playing Bayern? And I'm like, never.
I don't care about that.
You gotta start your channel.
We got it for you. Soccer Sessions. We'll give Dietrich his own show, his own Bayern Munich show.
Yeah, can we
over
do
on
it?
Soccer Sessions.
Yeah.
Everybody go subscribe to Soccer Sessions. Put that in the
Yeah, let me put the link in the chat.
in the link.
Along with the channel that Scott M and English Dan are gonna start, the Other London Clubs channel.
Yeah, we'll give Scott M.
About-
We'll get Scott M. and not American Dan a show.
That's Chelsea and West Ham talk.
Chelsea and West Ham talk. But we've got
I can start one
Well,
new channel where I'm gonna.
Dale
talk about
Spurs
all
is
the
watching something too there.
female executives.
He's watching the Inter Miami Nashville. game.
I'm watching the same game too. They're in a shootout and
three of
it's
us.
4-3.
Wait,
and
Dale-
they just got to save. So now
Dale
we got to
Spurs,
come
did-
up
I don't know
with.
why they let
Dale is
Jordy
rooting for
Alba-
Nashville. Dale Spurs is from Tennessee, so
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
Dale
playing in my
Spurs, did you-
backyard. I'm in Nashville.
Did you end up going on
But
football
if
terrace?
Miami lose, it's on Tata. Because Jordy Alba should have been the fifth kicker. It would have been over game, set, and match. I don't know why. Jordy Alba should have been the fifth kicker. This is on Tata.
All right, Soccer Sessions. So, Dale Spurs, did you go on football terrace?
No, I didn't go on.
No, he sent in a super
Terry
chat,
doesn't
though.
put the links to join in now. He has his crew of who he wants on there and who he wants to talk to.
it just
So
depends on the show. Sometimes he'll have the link available. Sometimes he doesn't. He's always kind of done it that way. Just get it from
But,
Steve. Steve will give it to you.
yeah, some of the
I get the link.
He always
I
give
could be.
links.
I could be
no,
on
but
all
some of the Spurs fans were calling him out because I think they're kind of calling him out on his Man U bias against Spurs, which I don't really think he
That's
has
not
that big of a bias. I think he likes to poke fun at us as any other club would, but
Oh, he
I don't think
100% has a
necessarily-
bias against Spurs. What are you
I
talking
don't
about?
think so. Why would a
Yes,
Manchester
he
United
does.
fan? Why would a Manchester United fan, with all due respect,
Because he's-
worried about
Did you watch him
Spurs
last season at all, Steve?
Yes.
Because he's
No, you
also
didn't.
a gooner.
No, you
Listen,
didn't.
we're going to be the
He
butt
said
end of the
Conte was
jokes,
getting
but that's
sacked in
because we're-
October.
He called it straight, bro. I'm
No,
sorry.
no. He doesn't.
No, he
doesn't.
does not. He does
He said
not.
Postecoglou was going to be a failure at Tottenham Hotspur.
All right, that was a shit take. We all got
So
shit
he doesn't
takes.
call
No,
it
he's
straight.
got a lot.
No, we don't all have shit takes.
No.
I think last
Anytime
season
Spurs lose, he's shitting on us. He's laughing in our faces. Like, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, his dad is a Steve. His dad is a Tottenham fan, right? And I think that they have like this banter thing going on. So I think it started, and his girlfriend's an Arsenal fan, right? So she hates Tottenham. So he kind of, has a motive to lean Arsenal, which doesn't make sense as a Man United fan, because Man United fans should hate Arsenal as much as Tottenham fans, right? But he doesn't. He loves Arsenal.
He
Hates
does
Tottenham.
not love Arsenal.
Yes, he does.
Are we talking about the
You
season? Last season was
Steve, you're
hammered.
you're new to the game, my man. You have to have been watching this guy for years, bro. For the last two seasons, he's been rubbing Arsenal's knob harder than Minerals FC does, and he's a freaking Arsenal fan.
Exactly. I think the Spurs bias just got
because he
amplified by
believes
the
in a
fact
prop,
he
bro.
predicted Arsenal to win. So whenever Arsenal was covered, I think he would give it a little bit of oomph. So that I think that made Spurs fans a little upset.
Even the season before that, when Arsenal bottled top four, for all the way back from like October, he was like, Arsenal are odds-on favorites for top four. Nobody's coming close. Nobody's kind of catching them.
Anybody care about top four? I'm gonna be honest. Why does even?
Yeah, then why does Terry
Champions
pick
League.
them up so much?
That's why.
I couldn't give a shit about top four if I'm honest. I want to be fucking league champion or FA Cup winner.
Yeah, no, everybody wants to be League Cup winner, but if you can't be, only one team can be the champion. And if you can't be the champion, being in top four is better than not being in the top four.
I don't give a shit.
Come on.
For me, I don't give
You don't
a
want to
shit.
play. You didn't want to play in Champions League this year.
I know that'll be different your
exciting
first
because
Champions
it's the
League
first
game.
time
You're
we've
gonna be
been in
saying
the
something
damn thing.
different.
This is literally the one exception because I've never seen Newcastle in the Champions League.
Yeah, I was about to
That's the
say.
one
So
time
then
I'm
somebody
like,
does care about top four. Hey,
Like,
you know
this
what?
is
If
cool.
you were fifth,
Tuesday nights.
and you narrowly missed fifth at the end of the season, you would be
You'd be
caring
pissed.
about top
Yeah.
four.
No, I wouldn't. No,
Yeah,
Yes, you would. If you were
Trust me.
fifth,
You don't
you
know
landed
because you
in-
haven't experienced it, man. You don't know this.
Well, then how do
the
you know how I
feeling.
would experience it?
Don't
No,
get,
you're gonna feel
don't
it,
get
man.
us wrong. I think at
I
least
agree. I don't know how you would, but I can guarantee you that if you're excited that you're in it now because it's the first time, you'll be disappointed when you finish
Sure.
fifth with 1 point and you don't make it.
Slightly disappointed,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I think Newcastle have a better chance at winning a Europa League or a Europa Conference League than a Champions League.
Of course, we all do.
No doubt.
So that's why I don't give a shit. If we end up in Europe, all right, word.
Unless civilians in it, and then
You
got
have
no chance at all.
opportunity. You have an opportunity.
Like I want to win. I would rather win a Conference League than get.
You don't
set
want to.
to
You don't
something.
want to see. You don't want to see Newcastle play Real Madrid.
Of
You don't
course I
want to.
do.
There you go. Well, there
No
you go.
trust.
That's
Iron
fine.
I
Man.
would rather go in the Conference League and win that shit, or at least get far in it on
I
paper.
swear the MLS is
And-
shit.
Well, okay, everyone. Okay, I'm pretty sure that everyone on this stream, at least, cares about winning, and we would want to win. So we would rather win than get top four. But that doesn't change the fact that top four does matter, and we would like to get top four as well.
I like to get top four when we could be genuine contenders for it.
I would
We
like
could be
to
a-
get top four, and then I would also like to win. I
We could-
feel
but
like I
could
would
do the
rather win
I could,
than get top four. But
if we win
I
a Carabao
have to-
Cup this year and finish 7th, I'm
Oh, of
happy
course.
as fuck.
Yeah, no, we would rather
Newcastle
win a
haven't
trophy.
won a trophy.
Rather win a trophy.
Yeah, you haven't won a trophy in like 50 years. So it's
1969-70. That's 53 years.
Yeah, no, I think that I would much rather us win a trophy than get top four. But that
I
doesn't
would
mean
rather
that
win.
top four doesn't
I would
matter.
rather win the League Cup than the Conference League.
Yes.
No, I would rather
Another
win
trophy for
Conference League.
Messi.
European
Another
honor.
trophy for Messi. Yes.
Yep, Miami. They did it.
Yes.
Right.
Dale Spurs. Look on his face.
I'm behind, so I haven't seen whatever penalty. I'm still at.
How far is your Apple
penalty
TV
8.
behind? The fuck?
Yes.
I don't have Apple TV. I'm literally ripping a screen.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
gosh.
I'm behind.
Dietrich, there's one lady in Bayern. Her name is Kathleen Kruger. Do you know
Yes.
her?
Oh,
All right.
goodness.
All
Who?
right. This is going off the rails.
Yeah, off the rails. We can do this one in the back. Folks at home, thanks for watching. Next show is gonna be Monday night. There's nothing going on tomorrow, is there, Murray? I don't think so. Tomorrow's our day off.
No, tomorrow is Monday night podcast, right?
No, today's Saturday.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's Sunday.
Oh, yeah. Because
Well, you're in Sunday because you're 12 hours freaking ahead of me. So
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
tomorrow.
We don't do things in Elias time. We do it.
Yeah, true.
Elias.
11 a.m. in the morning where Elias is.
Yep, 11:25 p.m.
We are. We'll be back Monday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time or 8:30 p.m. UK time for the Monday Night Podcast. I'm sure there'll be all kinds of different stuff. Check out again. I'll be doing a line review over on WillStewart365 for Spice Bomb. Line review all the different fragrances. You got Spice Bomb Extreme, Infrared, Night Vision. Whole line review. Great line from Victor and Rolf. Check that out.
By the way-
That review will be
Soon to be.
dropping.
Soon to be Tom Ford. You're gonna get that vanilla.
No.
When
I'll
are
buy
you
the
doing-
vanilla
When are you doing
Fatal.
the Abercrombie and Fitch? When are you doing the
See,
Abercrombie?
I have that Tom Ford fragrance. It's more for female.
Yeah,
It's
it's
more of a
women's
female
fragrance.
smell. It's more of a female
Girl?
fragrance. Yeah.
You
Yeah,
you have
vanilla
that
Fatal.
Tom
I'd have to
Ford
smell
vanilla.
it first.
Yeah, I have the Tom Ford vanilla. Yeah.
Oh well, that's apparently the Sunny's fragrance that he
Yeah,
wears.
it's not a man
It's a unisex,
fragrance. It's a
technically.
unisex, but it's more
but-
for female.
It leans a little more feminine. They
Yeah.
have vanilla tobacco, which is a more men's scent.
It doesn't smell good. It doesn't smell
Um,
good.
That's disgusting.
Okay, I
Actually,
got it, I got
vanilla
it.
and tobacco actually are notes that actually go well together. A lot of the
Yeah.
best fragrances have notes of tonka bean, vanilla, tobacco, leather.
I smelled it. I wasn't a fan. The vanilla.
Will,
Well,
Can I add
apparently
with- can I add with a
it
joke?
smells good because all the players keep wanting to hug Sunny. So
Yeah, but I'll get a little tester. I'll get a little decant of it and do a review on it. And if I like, I'm not gonna go spend $300 on a bottle. If it stinks. I mean, I have expendable income, but I don't have $300 to buy to spend on a fragrance I'm never gonna wear. I can do that with a $40 fragrance, but not a $300 one. So
It's a 365 Canadian dollar fragrance.
I can get it for about $194 on Amazon or different discounters. But I can get it $200 from Mercari.
I thought
It's
you
on
said
sale
you-
right
you-
now
You put
for
$100 a day.
$185 on Macy's. But the normal price for a 50 milliliter bottle is $295. So
It's like 300 US.
that's the regular price. Like on Sephora, it's $295 plus tax. But,
all right. Well, one last thing I want to say: go Wrexham.
I got a joke. By the way. So
Let's see.
can I just end with a
Come
joke?
on, man.
Will?
No, no, you can't, Elias. We're
a
moving
good
on.
one. It's a good one.
Oh no, I don't believe you.
Well, it's a dumb one, but it's a good one. I think Will is kick me off the stream, so I better not.
No, but that's it. Best scent is oud. No, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of oud. I do have one oud fragrance, a Versace one, and it's not even real oud. But oud for me can smell like dog shit if you don't get a good one. So.
But by the way, how do people know how does dog shit smells like? Like when people say that it smells.
You've
like
never
dog
smelled dog shit before?
No.
If you have a dog and you step outside in your yard,
You've never stepped on
and
dog
it
poop
doesn't
before?
smell?
No, never. I've stepped on horse poo before, but never on dog poo.
Okay, well, same
You're
thing.
far more likely to step on dog poop than horse poop.
Horse poo, yes. So, okay, horse poo was for me.
You never raised a dog?
Wait, Elias.
No, I don't like dogs. I don't like cats.
Asia, in Eastern Asia, don't dogs just wander around everywhere aimlessly? Like
They
there are
do, but
loads of
I
strays.
don't live in that kind of an area where there are a lot of dogs. So yeah.
It was true though,
But,
right? Like a lot of Asian countries, like
yeah.
They've just got stray dogs.
You've lived a very sheltered life if you don't know what dog poop smells like. Do you know what your poop smells like?
There's a dog every corner.
Okay, so imagine that, but more animalistic, more musky.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I don't know. Why are we talking about dog shit?
Dog shit.
Because Bryce mentioned oud. And so what oud is, for people that don't know, is like rotten wood.
Ew. What the fuck?
Yeah. It's rotten wood.
People got some weird tastes. I'm sorry. Some people got weird.
By the way, Will, what? Sorry.
People overdoing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Will,
just
when are
wood.
you doing
Oud is just a note in fragrances that they add. Sometimes it can smell good. Sometimes it smells like dog shit.
Which
Or
Elias is
pig
apparently
shit.
oblivious to.
But
Will, what?
very,
How
very
about Abercrombie and Fitch? When are you doing the exclusive review just for that?
it'll
With
be
the
a
names?
while probably.
Bro, who wears Abercrombie and Fitch? Who wears
So
Abercrombie and Fitch?
it's used to seduce ladies at the bar. That's sort of.
It's not, boy. If you wear Abercrombie, boy, you're still a child.
No, hold on. Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce, Abercrombie and Fitch First Instinct are qualities fragrances. In fact, Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce, even Parfums de Marley has copied the Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce DNA in Percival, right? Or
Yes,
Pegasus,
yeah.
sorry. So, or Percival. It's you either Pegasus or Percival. I can't remember. It's Percival, right? This one, right? Is literally a niche copy of Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce. I think it's better, but you have Mont Blanc Legend, EDP, EDT, another classic that is a copy of Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce. So you can't say if you wear Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce, blah blah blah. Now, there are better fragrances. Percival, for example, I think is a better quality fragrance than Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce, and I think that Mont Blanc Legend is probably just as good, although not as sharp, for half the price as Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce. But Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce is a quality fragrance, especially for young guys. Yeah.
I see. I like me especially, right?
For me, Abercrombie is like Adidas fragrance. You shouldn't wear that.
Highberry's
Are
local
you-
badger says, I have the highest quality oud and it's great, but expensive. Malaysian is the best. I have Terrence Hughes. Terrence Hughes, Hard Candy. This is a niche brand. He's a British guy. Yeah. He lives, I think he's from Manchester. He's got a shop in Manchester. This one here is, I have a couple of his fragrances and they have some oud in the base, but he uses all naturals and he uses his own like type of oud that he has created. So there's two different ways. When oud naturally ferments, it can smell a little bit like shit. But when it's done sealed, or when the air is not allowed to reach it and it's fermented and made that way, it's more rounder and more smooth. So this one's not bad. Like, this one doesn't smell like dog poo-poo. He does oud really well. But like Tom Ford's oud wood, that's not actually even real oud smelling. I also have Versace Oud Noir, and this one smells a little bit poopy, to be honest with you.
You said you're gonna end 18 minutes ago.
I was about to
you gotta
say,
talk about
no, he said at 45.
fragrances
We
now.
got 15 minutes left. Yeah.
Not yet 15 minutes. Not
Now
yet,
we're
not yet.
talking about oud.
So this one doesn't smell poopy. In fact, Oud Noir I think is it's a good one to be to get into starter oud, because it's probably not even real oud. It's more like an oud accord. You have different aroma chemicals and stuff like that are probably, giving you that oud smell. But it smelled like, so I'm trying to take black licorice.
Okay.
And mix it with fig. So take black licorice, grind it up into where it's like
black licorice smell like?
Black licorice.
Wow.
I didn't
Black
know that had
Are you serious?
Yes. Maybe I'm maybe my smelling isn't on. I don't know. I like when you said it smells like black licorice, I was like,
yeah, black licorice has a
what does it
smell.
even smell like?
A very pungent smell.
Like sweet?
No, it smells like black licorice. You'd have to go smell black licorice. You probably just haven't smelled black licorice before.
I guess not, or just licorice.
Yeah.
It has a little smell. It's not like,
So like in the wintertime, this is
Black
actually pretty good. Like this is a good starter oud to get into, like Oud Noir from Versace.
Okay, but Will, Abercrombie and Fitch is a summer fragrance. If you want to use
Then again,
something like
I'm baked as hell, so I can't remember everything currently, right?
Abercrombie and Fitch isn't really. Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce is more of like a blue fragrance. It's not necessarily a summer fragrance. You can wear it all year.
I see. So you can wear it in winter. Okay.
Unless you want to look like a dickhead and wear it
It's a
all year.
fresh aromatic.
Seducing fragrance, right?
Oh, for fuck's sake, that's seducing. Here we go again.
Yeah,
Oud fragrances are very popular. Oud fragrances are very popular in the Middle East.
Elias, you're being a slut. You are being a major slut right now. I can't lie. Elias.
That's what
you are being a major slut. No cap.
All right, enough of the slut talk. But we're out of here, folks at home. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Bryce says he's currently obsessed with fragrances called sea salt and driftwood. Can't get enough. Those sound like I haven't heard of that one, but that sound like good notes.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Sea salt and driftwood.
I think that's like more like a gym fragrance type. Like it smells very fresh.
Well, this shit is complicated. This fragrance stuff. This shit sounds complicated.
Sea salt and driftwood sounds like a good candle.
Yeah, candles and fragrances, kind of the same deal. Cosmetics.
Yeah. Cosmetics, candles. Oh, you can say that.
Scandal.
All right, stay strong, stay Spurs. We'll see you guys next time. Right.
Go Wrexham.
Stop stealing my lines. Stay strong. Stay Sirs.
We'll see you guys next time.
See you guys next time. Except for Elias, because he's going to be banned. Peace out, everybody.